It looks like it. Hamza Chimaev had a lot to say on Twitter. Renee de Ritter had a lot to say back to him. Khamzat wants to fight again in Abu Dhabi in October. De Ritter's ready. Everyone used to say Khamzat didn't fight but once a year. Now he's ready to fight twice in 3 months. I say book it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Got Barajo versus Imavov. Let them fight it out. You got Fluffy Hernandez sitting back there waiting. RDR's on a run. Khamzat's on a run. Book it. Let's do it. I'm down for it. You guys down for it? RDR versus Khamzat. Sounds like a good fight. Khamzat said he would make RDR look like a white belt. That was him on Twitter this morning. RDR's not too much of a trash talker. RDR talks in the ring. Jaxxon Duplessis' coach said Mark Goddard, referee Mark Goddard, should have stood the fighters up earlier. And he was disappointed. I was personally disappointed Mark Goddard stood the fighters up at all. I kind of think that the fighters should work their way out of that. Khamzat was hitting him, not hard. He was doing enough. But Mark Goddard wanted to stand it up to give Jaxxon a chance to add some excitement to the fight. But I don't think so. I don't think that's a good idea. Joe Rogan says the same thing. He never thinks it's okay to stand up a fighter. That's Joe Rogan, I'm not Joe Rogan, I'm Chris. But I kind of agree with Joe Rogan. Do you agree with Joe Rogan? Or do you agree with Jaxxon's coach? Got my notes here. Jaxxon's coach wanted Mark Goddard to stand them up earlier and more often. I don't get it. Just like Robert Whitaker said. Demetrius Mighty Mounts, the GOAT Johnson said. This is MMA. This isn't kickboxing. This isn't Lethway. This isn't boxing. This is grappling, wrestling, MMA, mixed martial arts. You do it all. Khabib did the same thing. Khabib takes his opponents down, mauled him, put him against the cage, went for the submission, and tired him out. And Khamzat's doing the same thing. It's a very similar style. Khamzat's a better striker. But it's a very similar style. People saying that it was the worst title fight ever. No, it wasn't. Not even close. It was upsetting because people predicted an exciting fight, a stand-up fight, and it was kind of a grappling match for 25 minutes. And guess what? Khamzat's, that's right, chat. Khamzat's game plan was perfect. That's Jacob in our chat. You're right, Jacob. His game plan was flawless, okay? This is interesting. Yesterday, Harman Sarukian revealed that Khamzat in round 4 wanted to box, wanted to stand up and fight the champion at the time, Jaxxon Duplessis. Khamzat went to the corner, round 4, between 3 and 4, and asked, can we box him? Probably because Khamzat felt the crowd and he wanted that finish. But Arman Sarukian, his good friend, coach, cornerman, training partner, roommate out there at Santo Studios, Jaxxon House, representing Santo Studios. Check them out, santostudios.com. Got my hat on too. Arman Sarukian, he said, no, you're going to stick with the game plan, Khamzat. Stick with the game plan, and then you'll be champion in 10 minutes. Or maybe 12 minutes if you count it in between rounds and maybe another couple minutes before the judge's decision. But you'll be champion shortly. And Khamzat listened. Khamzat wanted to go out there and fight. He wanted to strike. He wanted to kick. He wanted to punch. He wanted to show his stand-up. But they said no. Were they wrong? I don't know. Mark Goddard probably says they're wrong. Right? Dricus du Plessis' coach, manager, head coach. I don't have his name in my notes, but I can get it for you. He said, stand him up. Dude, stand what up? This fighter trains to get you down and beat your ass and hold you there and submit you or hurt you. Why would you ever stand him up? Unless he's just lying there not doing nothing. He wasn't. He was trying to advance. He was trying for submissions. He was peppering him in the head. He had him in a crucifix about 4 different times. We should get a stat of how many times he was punched while in the crucifix. I want to see that stat. Can someone come up with that stat? Please, give me that stat. That's right, Jacob. So Arman Sarukian says, listen, that's not going to happen, Khamzat. Well, I'm reading my chat over here, guys. DDP was champion for a reason, never backstep. He gave Khamzat his deserving title shot and Khamzat's best. That's right. DDP did that. That's a noble champion, right? And I have a lot of respect for DDP. He was drinking beers yesterday, celebrating. He wasn't happy, but at least he had a nice beer. Probably got a nice $1 million paycheck. Haven't seen the salaries yet. I try to keep them quiet. If I see a salary of a fighter, I don't try to post it. That's their own privacy, right? But, you know, that's their money. If they want to share it, they can share it. But I'm sure he made $1 million. I'm sure Khamzat made $1 million. I'm sure the pay-per-view buys will be incredible for this event. I mean, I know pay-per-view's not a big draw anymore, but this one, yeah, I think it did really well. I think it did really well. We bought it, right? We bought it. But guess what? Next year, I ain't buying no more pay-per-views, baby. I'm going to save $80 a month times 12. I'll save about $1,000 a month. MMA Uncensored. So getting back to what Arman said, do you think Arman did the right thing as a coach? You might have. You think Arman did the right thing as a coach in round 4, or you think you should have let him go out there and fight? Tell me. I think Dricus' coach is wrong, with all due respect. I think that the Mark Goddard made some mistakes. He should have let them fight. And adding on to the Dricus du Plessis angle, Dricus du Plessis' coach says he thinks in a rematch they have the key, the plan, the special sauce to defeat Khamzat. I don't see it. I don't ever see Dricus du Plessis figuring out how to defeat Khamzat. I don't see it. With all due respect, you know. It's just years and years of wrestling, and I don't think that anybody can ever. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't know if Dricus is going to be champion at 185. Maybe he can be champion at 205. But as long as Khamzat's there, I don't see it, fellas. What am I wrong? Am I wrong? I mean, the bottom line is Khamzat hit 12 takedowns, kept him there for 21 minutes, and the fight was 25 minutes. Hit 540 strikes, maybe 50 or 60 significant strikes. Outlanded Dricus by 480 punches or kicks, or 480 strikes. It was pure domination. Let's move right along, right? So that's the thing. I disagree. That's why I brought it up, because I disagree with that one. I think that Mark Goddard should have let it be. And Dricus' coach is off a little bit. Dricus du Plessis now has the lowest takedown defense of any champion in UFC history. I'm not sure what the stat is, but it's 40% or so. Dricus has the lowest takedown defense of UFC champions in history now. Not a great stat. Davison Figueiredo versus Montel Jackson. fight announced. Frankie Edgar, fight announced, return. He's going to be in BKFC, bare knuckle. Frankie Edgar. I think he's fighting Rivera, Jimmy Rivera. Yes, that's correct. Let's see what we got. Khamzat Chimaev is ready to hop into the UFC octagon again in 2 months to fight RDR. He also says that he wants to be the pound-for-pound #1 champion in the world, which means he'll have to go and get another title. He thinks 170 is a possibility with his new strength and conditioning coach and team. He also thinks 205 is a possibility as well. I don't know how I feel. I think he should just dominate 185, man. Just run through the division like Izzy did. Just run through it, man. Have a good time. Make tons of money. My opinion. You think he should hop up to 205 or drop down to 170 if that's possible? Is this a good deal for Khamzat? Does Khamzat need to drop to 170 and mess his health up? Does he need to go to 205? Maybe he can go to 205, but he weighed in at 183 pounds, guys. That means he's probably walks around at 200. He's going to have to bulk up to get to light heavyweight. He's going to have to put on 10, 15 pounds of muscle because he's going to be small. He'll be small at light heavyweight. You got some monsters out there, man. So that's just my opinion. I think Khamzat needs to stay at 185. Just dominate. Be comfortable. Be happy. Stack that money. Stack that bread, brother. Stack that bread. My take. Francis Ngannou finally speaks. Francis Ngannou went back and said, listen, I didn't want to show up to the last PFL Africa card because there was nobody on the main card that was African. And that's what Ngannou said to Don Davis and PFL yesterday. And I hear you. I hear you. I mean, it's his event. He also added that he does plan to attend the next PFL Africa event later this year. It sounds like some sort of tug of war going on there. Francis Ngannou no-showed. Francis Ngannou said that they didn't put the card together right. And now Francis Ngannou is going to be fighting Deontay, the Bronze Bomber Wilder. Boxing. That's what's going on. Francis Ngannou's going to go boxing. I'm okay with that because someone's going to get knocked out, right? I want to watch. So I'm cool with that. We know what AJ did to Ngannou. Man, was it a straight right? Boom. It just dropped him like a sack of potatoes. Francis Ngannou went down, baby. Everybody was shocked. Boy, oh boy. And then Francis said there was like some weird stuff going on behind the sticks. He felt maybe he was drugged or maybe somebody did something to him. It was just an odd story. So anyway, Francis Ngannou wants to fight Deontay Wilder in the boxing ring later this year. Very interesting news there. Fluffy Hernandez wants Khamzat. Fluffy. I like Fluffy. I think he's got a great gas tank. He's fun to watch. I think him versus Dreykus would be a fun fight. I think Khamzat will eventually, fight Fluffy if Fluffy maybe wins one more. Anthony Fluffy Hernandez, big respect to him. Israel Adesanya, the last style bender. Some call the 185-pound goat. I call Anderson Silva the Spider, the 185-pound goat. Anderson Spider is my goat. Just real quick, we got the Jaxxon podcast on. Tracy Cortez, the beautiful and lovely Tracy Cortez on the show. Jaxxon podcast. Check them out on YouTube. I was just looking at some of the Twitter here. With some Twitter action. Justin Gaethje, Ilya Tapuria, Paddy Pimblett. A lot going on with UFC 155 division. I haven't heard a lot, but I did hear that Chael Sonnen, and listen, when Chael says something, I used to report the news, right? Make a poster, make a nice caption and stuff, right? But man, Chael's been off, man. And I love Chael, the American gangster, Chael P. Sonnen. You know what I'm saying? I love that guy. But he's been off, guys. He's been off. He's been off a little bit. Let's just be honest. You can't trust everything he's telling you these days. You know what I'm saying? Can't trust everything he's saying. There we go. Now you can see it better. So Chael Sonnen is saying Ilia Topuria's fight is booked. And I'm thinking that he's saying it's going to be Ilia versus Arman. But then I'm hearing from other people, not reliable. Let's just be honest, guys. This is not a lot of reliable sources, right? You got Dana White. You got a couple guys on Twitter that are reliable. And, man, it's just Brett Okamoto, a couple guys, maybe a guy, Damon Martin's very reliable. Big Marcel's reliable. We try to be as accurate as possible. Everybody makes mistakes, but let's just be honest. Chael Sonnen's been off, right? But Kai Barajo's been off too, right? Boy, Kai Barajo's been off big time. I think he said Ben Askren was dead and some other stuff, and everybody freaked out. So whoever's giving Kai Barajo his news, we need to slow it down a little bit. You know what I'm saying, guys. You know what I'm saying. So Ilia Topuria, it looks like he's going to be fighting Arman Tsarukyan. And that'll leave yourself Paddy and Gaethje. And they could just put Paddy and Gaethje, book him, UFC, maybe like November, Madison Square Garden. And then put Ilia on the same card. Or even December. December is going to be Vegas. Put them four in the same card, right? I think that's what they should do. I think that's what they should do. Because if it's the co-main event, right, and the main event happens, and then the winner of the co-main event can walk in the ring, they could do some cool shit. I like when they do stuff like that. But Paddy should never have gone in the ring versus, Ilia that time. That should have been Arman's spot. So not a lot going on with 155. 185 has massive buzz now. Let's talk about that. Middleweight, 185 hasn't had buzz since the last style bender, right? Since he run through the division almost twice. And now we have Khamzat. Khamzat's on Twitter 24 hours after his win, messing with people, trolling, calling out fighters, enjoying the title. He's back home in Abu Dhabi with his friends and family. I'm sure he's going to head back home. I think he's going to Chechnya and some other places. Sweden. He's going to travel and make his world tour. But congratulations to Khamzat. Congratulations to the coaching staff. Let's talk about the coaching staff for Khamzat. Brand new coaching staff, right? And shout out to Santo's Performance Studios, Jaxxon House, and Bear for taking care of the camp and with Arman out there. Big shout out to all them guys. Congratulations. Because it took a team to build that. Khamzat was a different fighter 3-4 years ago. Now he's focused. He knows what he has to do. He's more mature. And congratulations to him and his family. It's a life-changing moment. It's a life-changing moment. Conor McGregor is in the news. Conor McGregor's doing, every couple days, he's doing new sparring footage. He's got the mohawk, which just throws me off. Every time I see Conor with the mohawk. Rico, I hear you, man. That's what he wants, though. Rico's talking about Khamzat fighting in Abu Dhabi. It's quick turnaround. And you got Aspinall and Gain on the main. Boy, could you imagine if they put Khamzat versus RDR? Would that bump it? Would that bump Tom Aspinall to the co-main? I don't know, man. How do you put Khamzat as not the main on the card? You're probably right, brother. So then you do UFC 322. That's Madison Square Garden, I believe, right? And you let Khamzat go to New York. Or you go 23, I think it's December. You let him do there. But you put him in one more time this year, Ilia needs to fight this year, too. A lot going on. The UFC is going to be strong closing out the year. I'm excited. I mean, we used to cover boxing. We used to cover bare knuckle. We used to cover karate, all that stuff. But right now, I only cover the UFC. So 98% comes out of my mouth will be the UFC. And that's it. You'll get some PFL. You may get a little bit of boxing and a little bit of news if something's popping. But we're going to cover the UFC because that's all we want to do right now. And that's our news, guys. We got Jaxxon podcast playing in the background here. You got Hamzat, RDR news. We're killing it. Killing it. It's a great time. We got the Tesla Cybertruck ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right. Big shout out to santostudios.com, Jaxxon.com. And that's it. We're out. Have a good day, fight fans. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll give you some new news, but that's it for the news. I'm not going to keep you stringing along for no reason. There's your news for today. Have a good day at work. We'll talk to you soon. Right here's one for you. Have a good day, fight fans. Yeah, we're going to stay on YouTube. We were on some other streams. What's up, everybody? I hear you. I hear you. I'm excited, too. Bring it a little closer here. Prime Don Fry versus Sean Strickland. That's a nice one, Humble Dragon. You know what I mean? I'm going to go Prime Don Fry because he was juiced to the gills. Don Fry was something special. He was juiced. He was juicy. He's still doing podcasts, Don Fry. Sean Strickland got called out by HS TikToky. I guess he's an influencer out there in the UK. And yeah, wild, man. Yeah, I'd say Fry. Yeah, 3 fights in 1 fight. Yeah. You know, they just had a guy. He was in the UFC and then he lost. Tall guy, forget it. Spain. He was in Karate Combat and he did 3 fights in 1 night and he had a broken hand, a broken leg, and a broken foot. And that just happened like a month or 2 ago, guy. Can you believe that shit? It's nuts. Hamza Chimaev. I was just looking at some news here. I didn't mean to blow you guys off. Yeah, MVP. I like MVP. You know what, though? I think he holds back sometimes. I think he can definitely put more out there. People say MVP versus Israel Adesanya. I'm like, you know what I mean. That'd be good if they throw, right? If they're throwing hands. If they're throwing hands, it'd be good. But I don't know if they throw hands. They're buddies. They're bros. They're broskos. You know what I mean? They're bros. MVP and Izzy are buddies. I mean, were they going to throw hands? It's very special. It's very special. I'm a huge fan. What you guys want to watch? You want to put something on there? I'm going to put some MVP on here for you. go. There's the knockdown. Man, he nailed Cannonier, man. Let's see. There you go, brother. There's some MVP movement for you. Is your boy MVP? Yeah, man. I was like, I don't even know what to say about it anymore. You know, Dricus du Plessis' coach thinks he's gonna win the rematch. Just a lot of weird stuff going on. Khamzat Chimaev wants to fight in 2 months. Let him have it. Book it, baby. Book it. Look at this guy. Incredible. Incredible movement. Look at him. Incredible. He's always been incredible. You're right. Pinpoint striking is a true art. Who has that now? Conor McGregor used to have that. Ilya Tapuria is really good at striking, but he's not like that. Wonder Boy used to, sort of. MVP, definitely. Izzy had some of that. Anderson Silva had a little bit of that. Probably missing some. But yeah, what a striker. What a striker. Can you believe it, man? Frankie Edgar, former UFC champions, coming out of retirement to fight BKFC. Looks like Jake Paul's holding an event in Orlando this weekend. I wonder who would have won if Khamzat fought Izzy a few years ago. Who would have won? It's a very interesting conversation. I mean, I was reading somebody's post on Twitter, and it's he could be right. He could be right. He could be right. Guy's a stud. Dude's a stud, man. MVP. Humble Dragon talking about MVP this morning. You're right, bro. Dude's a stud. Here we go. Look at that. Finished him. Pokeball. And now that's how it's done, son. Now that's how it's done, son. Dude's a special individual. Special individual right there. Him versus the caveman. Caveman Rickles. Man, MVP was special, man. Prime MVP. Speciale. Boom! Yeah, he was done after that. He was done after that. He didn't want no more. He was done. Done. He quit. Caveman quit. That's wild, man. That's wild times. I had to go get a drink. I'm back though. We were talking about Arman Sarukian. Man, dude's incredible. Fly knee, jump knee, lights out. We're watching some Jaxxon podcast and MVP highlights. Unbelievable. Yeah, that's what we got going on. I mean, how could you ever duplicate it? It's just one of its own. I mean, what do you think? Him versus Izzy? It would have been good a few years ago, right? I think Izzy's a little bit slower now. You know, he's not the same, and no one is when we get older. But yeah, I'd love to see it, maybe, if they actually showed up. Big shout out to Jaxxon.com. Jaxxon podcast in the background. Got some Kevin Holland. Tracy Cortez. Yeah, man, I just... I'm just going to check some news real quick. I'm still here. I'm going to check some news. See what we got. Kevin, you could probably appreciate that attitude.
I mean, I guess, in a sense, you know what I mean? It just doesn't work like that for Kev.
Why?
That's usually, if you say fuck it to me, it's usually fuck you. So.
Well, I didn't say fuck you. I said fuck it.
Yeah, that's what I said. You say fuck it to me, I usually say fuck
Well,
it.
fuck you too. I don't give a fuck.
And then it's like, and then it's F it, and then it's F
Hey, bro,
I like that.
Bro, I got no problem with this cat.
Yeah, I
but,
like that.
But you know what I'm saying? I'm going to be me, whether you like it or not. I'm going to keep being myself and having the sense of humor that God gave me, and it makes me laugh. So I don't give a fuck.
Kevin,
Everything's
you think
not
Rampage is a funny guy?
So that's temper tantrum brothers.
He's talking about, I think he's talking about the Ultimate Fighter in the door.
I don't know what the fuck.
That's like 10 years ago, Kevin. People evolve.
Not really.
You don't think people evolve?
Some people, not Jaxxon.
No, I still do got temper.
Well, Rampage got a little temper, but I feel like you've been able to control it a little bit
I
better.
control my temper very well. I think that time on the Ultimate Fighter, I was trying to leave it because I was losing my temper. The staff there and everybody had been cheating my guys the whole motherfucking time, and they was telling me all the problems and stuff that they had. And then one time, one of my fighters had to fight, and I thought it could go, you know what I'm saying?
It's a good one.
Way. I thought if they gave
Kevin
it to
Holland,
my guy, I thought my guy should have won. And I was trying
and
to
Rampage.
those guys
They don't like each other.
was telling me, they was complaining, like, they, you know, on Ultimate Fighter, they got to write down their list, what they want. And they
at the house.
At the
For
house.
the food.
Yeah, they couldn't get nothing they wanted. Like healthy food, supplements, they couldn't get none of their shit. But when they asked for liquor and stuff like that, they get it right away. So what I found out was, since I was going against Rashad, they wanted Rashad to win because he came from Ultimate Fighter. So when the first time I did it, I had the same problem. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm gonna keep 100. I just chalked it up to racism because I was going against Forrest. But when they did it against Rashad, I'm like, what's the problem?
And that's what caused the tournament.
And that's what it was. It was because they came. It wasn't racism. It was because they both came from the Ultimate Fighter.
So just to make it very clear, Kevin was going to come on the show. He was very gracious and very honorable to come on the show the first time. And then, you know, Rampage left a little comment on Instagram, which I had originally thought was funny, but then I understand where you were coming from.
I understand where
you were fighting MVP. You did this to MVP, which I thought was a great move. Hyped up the fight. Rampage made a joke on Instagram, and then Kevin FaceTime me, said, yo, if I come there, I got to fight. I said, Kevin, we can't do all that. Then we'll just have to reschedule. But I do want to say thank you for coming on the podcast a year later. And you know what? I think Kevin deserves a round of applause from the producing and the team.
That's the last
live
thing
on
you wanna do
YouTube.
is fight me.
How are you?
That's the last
Nah,
thing.
I still want to.
No, it's
I don't give a fuck about the fight on Saturday.
Nah, you don't want to fight.
Hanging out.
I'm just being real.
Doing news.
I'm being real with you, young buck. You don't
Just
wanna
letting you
fight.
know.
I'm just letting you know.
This sounds good.
Sometimes people don't know what they want. You don't want to fight me.
I feel like Kevin,
sounds good.
you have a very unique reputation. I'm throwing on one of them new Jakes ones.
Known
I
for
feel
fighting everybody.
You're known for fighting at all times.
Don't care who they are.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
And I do like the fact that
I'm the same way.
Yeah, and I do like the fact that Rampage, I feel, is like the first generation of that. He would take any fight at any time. He's been known for fighting in and out of the cage. Dana White came out and he talked about the fact that he wanted someone, and he said, yo, get the loudmouth, bring the loudmouth in, let's see what he could do. You came in short notice, you put on a show, and then from there, I feel like your career took off. You've been known for talking loud. You talk during the middle of the fights. What is it about your style? What is it about talking during the middle of the fights, the way you're able to keep the energy going that you feel made you the fighter you are?
Nah, I just feel like fights get boring sometimes. There's nothing to do. You know, we're just sitting there. So casual conversation. Nothing wrong with having a little conversation with somebody.
Did you see the video? John Jones? Yeah. John Jones choking out this dude, man. It's crazy. Yeah. And then revived him. Check that out. It's on our Twitter.
I'm just telling my opinion. You gave your opinion about my temper tantrum?
Yeah, I mean, I feel you 100%.
Okay. It's an
But
opinion,
I'm just saying, like, if it's not a 45-70 that we're shooting across the room, trying to see who gets the target, I'm not worried about it. Do you know what a 45-70 is?
No, I don't.
Okay, shut the fuck up.
You'll tell me shut the fuck up?
Yeah.
Because
You don't understand what a 45-70 is?
He doesn't know what a
You're talking about ego. Now, I'm giving you some ego.
Okay.
Ego's when you don't understand what a 45-70 is.
Okay, so
that pisses me off.
that picture, I don't know what a 45
Yeah,
is.
that fucks with my ego a little bit. What type of manner you don't know what a 45-70
Because I don't know what a 45
Yeah, that's kind of retarded.
It's retarded.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what a 45 70 is.
Yeah.
Do you know what a 45 70 is?
I would assume that it's an
What?
AR, some sort of
Hey,
rifle.
I assume that it's some type of gun, but do I know what a 45 70 is?
No, you should know what a 45
What is
Why?
it, Kevin? Tell us what
For
it
the guy,
is.
you should know
Why,
what a 45
Kevin,
why
what
should I
is
know
it?
what a 45 70
It's
is?
a little bit smaller than a 50 cal.
It's a little bit smaller than 50
I mean, probably a lot taller than a 50 cal.
What state do I live in?
You live in Texas.
But what state do I live
Then
in?
you can see about that ego we're talking about.
But what state do I live in?
Other than that, you shouldn't worry about ego. You should worry about being retired. That's what we had a conversation about last time.
What state do I live in, though?
I don't know. You tell me.
What state are you in right now?
I think you have a lot of money. You should have houses in multiple states.
Well, you don't know. I don't brag about what I got.
I mean, I
Kevin.
said that I think you should.
Kevin,
Well,
Kevin,
you don't know that I
you
don't.
shoot guns?
Sometimes.
Well, and you like to shoot ARs, handguns. What do you shoot?
I like the 45-70.
Yeah.
We can see that.
Yes, we've heard the 45
Big ass
seconds.
lever action.
If you were to play
Good for you.
football, I'm assuming
No,
you're not going to be
I like
45
big guy.
I like the AR. That's what I'm trained on.
So
I
what
like
would you
that.
shoot in the AR then?
Say what?
What caliber do you shoot with the AR?
What caliber?
Yeah, you said ego, so now I'm giving you my ego. This is where my ego
Yeah,
is.
that's
So
weird.
which caliber do you shoot? Because it comes to ego to fighting, I don't have one. But it comes to ego, you want an ego with something, I'm going to tell you what the ego is for.
I like the AR.
Well, which caliber do you shoot?
would say maybe a 22.
No, it's not a 22.
I would hope not.
You can't shoot 22. I see exactly.
I mean, if you're gonna shoot a 22, I mean,
Kevin, what do
you
you?
and my son might have some competition. You're a big guy, so
No, but
I expect you to shoot something a little bigger.
we took Rampage, Luke,
Which
Cheeto, we took all the boys shooting. We went to go shoot with the sheriffs and down here in Orange County, the guys who protect us. So shout out to the law enforcement. And they let us go and shoot ARs, handguns. They also let us pick up a bunch of new Glocks. And during this private training session, they also came out to our paintball park, SE Village in Chino, California. And SWAT does a lot of training there during the week.
Mhm.
So they let people use these rubber paintballs in a way, and they use that for tactical training. And they have all kinds of different gauges, calibers of guns, and they have like these tactical assault weapons that you're able to go and clear houses with.
Which caliber is Jaxxon like?
Oh, I mean, Rampage, I don't really think he's a gun guy.
You gotta have a caliber.
No, I don't.
Here, let's break this down though, so we can help for the audience watching. What is your favorite type of gun to shoot?
We
I
are.
love my lever action, 4570.
Oh, you like a lever action 4570?
It's the government. Go out with it anywhere.
Is that what you shoot when you go out hunting? I heard that you're an avid hunter.
I like to get my first kills with the 4570.
And then what else do you keep on you?
I like a 308, which I was hoping Rampage would say.
Nah.
But Rampage doesn't go hunt.
No,
or
I mean,
take and-
I don't
He said he
hunt.
likes an AR, so I would assume that he'd like a 308 being the size of the guy he is.
Nah. I don't hunt.
You shoot it, right?
I do when I want to.
Yeah, so
He had a train for 18 what guns, right? He trained guys.
5.56, 223, 7.62, 3.9. I mean, what's up? Nothing. You don't even know your caliber?
I know my caliber.
Doesn't seem like it.
So we're gonna change directions from the gun part, but I do see on your Instagram, and we have this video of you, or this photo of you, and you're out there hunting these boar. Looks like boar.
Yeah, I love those boards.
And what happens? You go and clean them up a little bit, because I don't think people understand how it works.
No,
Because people think you're just shooting boar, but you're actually helping the farmers.
Yeah, they actually cause a lot of destruction throughout the years. They tear farms up. They fuck your fence up. They eat your crops. They tear your ground up. You know what I mean? And everybody knows that the crops go up, groceries are growing up. Groceries go up. It's just a little bit harder for everything throughout the year.
I'm doing some Photoshop here, making a picture.
Shitload of damage.
I'm here.
Usually when we kill them, some people eat them. I'm not really big on eating them. You know what I mean? I like a nice clean pig if I'm gonna eat a pig. Grown for it. So we usually just take the boars, usually stack them up, put them in a pile, and then usually call the coyotes off when coyotes come in, or every once in a while you get a cat or something like that, and then we shoot the cats and the coyotes off.
You shoot the cats?
Yeah, the cats and the coyotes. Like bobcats and stuff like that.
Well, you thought you were talking about shooting house cats?
Nah.
No.
What did you think? I shoot the cats? Well, I looked at you. I thought he meant actual house cats.
I don't. Even though he's a very unlikely person, I don't think that he would shoot a fucking house cat.
No, I don't think he would either.
But
I mean,
now I read your face. You thought this motherfucker talking about shooting house cats.
No, I didn't think that. I was just looking at you because I saw you look at me. Because I know it was getting uncomfortable when we started talking about calibers. Kevin Kent. Hey, you come in fight week, I think, pretty high on testosterone and a little high on energy. Or is it you just trying to get that energy out against Rampage?
Just me and Rampage, we got those words, so I'm trying to figure out what we're gonna fix.
I feel like the dust's been settled now. I feel like you guys got it all out.
You should use free.
You don't want a little lower decky in?
I'm saying free. Free's a good one.
I've never heard of free.
I've never heard some good advice. I feel like you guys would be best friends. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like you guys would be best friends. I think if we can get past that.
I don't think I can be friends with a guy who don't understand jokes and sense of humor. Like my friends, like how much you clown me? Like,
all day long. You're the funniest guy.
It's funny. Hey, but honestly, I'm gonna say this though. That joke I did say on Instagram, it wasn't even that funny. I know when my jokes don't land, it wasn't that funny. No, it wasn't.
Not that funny.
No, it wasn't that funny because it just wasn't that funny.
He was also fighting MVP. I mean, that guy's got a unique style to him. Kevin's got to deal with that style. Kevin's an amazing athlete who has great jiu-jitsu.
Did you read the comment before the fight or after the fight?
I don't even know.
Right.
I don't think I read the comment.
Oh, somebody
Wait,
said.
so how'd you find
Yeah.
out? Oh, someone sent it to you?
Yeah.
But is it where you just? I gotta just clear the air on this one. Were you upset that he left the comment like that, or you're just upset that?
Don't play with me.
Oh, okay.
So somebody else, don't play with me.
But you seem like a guy who loves to play around.
Oh yeah, I do.
So why take it out on Rampage? He's a legend.
Yeah, like I said, I like playing around. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Why you say that? Some people
You're
can
not
say that,
saying-
you can't say.
Yeah, why you condition all that?
Oh yeah, I can take it. I just don't know you like that. You get what I'm saying?
I feel you.
Like at all.
That's a respectful
In a sense.
answer.
Yeah, I feel it.
If there's anything we can say about him, he stands on business.
Yeah, 100%.
There's 50 fighters in this
Hey,
place.
It's like if you were one of the OGs of the gym, you said something. I eat it. It's okay. It's like, you know, if I had met you already at the PI or you'd been around and I was like, yeah, I already met Rampage. Rampage is a cool dude. You do whatever the fuck you want to do. That's Rampage. I don't know you in that sense. So playing with me is like, fuck.
Well, it's social media. I play with everybody.
Yeah.
I play everybody. People troll me. I troll people. It's like the world we live in. It's social
Yeah, but I
media.
don't really troll people until they troll me.
Well, that's fine.
And I just want to smoke.
But,
You know what I mean?
but you and I are not the same person.
Yeah, I
Every-
mean,
and
I don't
everybody
want to
not
be
like
the same person as you.
Same here. I don't want to be the same person as you, brother.
But I feel like you guys are both unique in your own ways. Rampage, you've obviously laid stones in this game. You've built bricks, you know what I mean? Like you built an house foundation and you were a pioneer in the game. And I feel like Kevin's kind of doing the same in his own right. He goes up and down in weight divisions, able to fight anybody at any time, puts on a show 24/7. I feel like that's why the UFC fans love you. So I feel like respectfully, you guys should shake it off.
I definitely respect the OG in him, but
Yeah,
he
see?
still don't play with me.
All right, so we're going to move past that now. We're going to move back. I feel like we got it all out. The calibers, the cats, the guns. He sat down with the hat on. I feel like we got it all out. I feel like we can move on from here. You know what I mean? I feel like we could all be best friends. We should literally just like us three go out.
Now, once he get to know you, he ain't gonna want to be your best friend.
No, come on.
Cause you be clowning every motherfucking body.
I don't
He's
clown the guy.
definitely want to be
The
your
guy's
best
been
friend.
trying to kill you for a year. You
It's
think I'm
gonna be
gonna clown
okay.
him?
It's gonna be okay though, because I've already met him.
So I got the whole best?
Yeah, I ain't tripping.
Oh, wow.
He's been cool since day one. I never met you. You just decided to start playing.
Hey,
Like it just, you know,
So you
most
think-
people do that.
so
It's
you
just
think
the kid in you?
You think MVP? I'm a big kid. You think MVP upset with me too? Because the joke was like for
I don't think so. MVP's not like me.
right.
Wait, hold on. We're gonna stop right there. MVP's not like you. What is MVP like? You fought him.
He's a really nice guy.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
a hell of a fighter too.
You think he's good?
We're just different people, you know.
Yeah, I never met him before either.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. You honestly, during the fight, said you thought he was gonna win the fight.
Hell yeah, I was rooting for him.
I don't think that'll bother MVP either.
No.
He's just a competition guy. He likes competition. Me
What-
personally, I could care less about it.
What about that style that he fights? That bouncing, that kind of.
It's wonderful. Hate being in front of him. It's a wonderful style to watch. I like it.
Really?
I enjoy the fuck out of MVP. I've always been a fan of MVP.
How did you train for a guy like that?
I just didn't do anything different at all. Same thing I always do. Show up to the gym, just train.
Did you have a guy moving in and out like that?
No reason to do all that. Coaches bring people in, say, hey, do a little bit of this, do a little bit of that. As soon as coach ain't looking, I'm like, do what you normally do. No reason. All that.
Really?
Yeah, just fight's a fight.
So what about?
Plus, you're not gonna be able to do what MVP does. So you can try it all day long. It's not gonna be the same.
100%. He right about that.
Let's just do what we do.
But I mean, what about that whole theory about bringing in fighters to mimic the style of the guy you're gonna fight? Like that wasn't needed. You don't feel like that's needed in a camp?
I've always thought I would do something like that. You know, I even reached out to Wonder Boy and was like, hey, you know, I'm thinking about trying to be smart this camp. He was like, oh, I like that guy. I can't do it. And I was like, well, it's a Wonder Boy kind of answer. So you know, I chilled.
You hit up Wonder Boy to try to bring him in the camp for MVP, and he said he couldn't come.
Yeah, and then I was like, yeah, me and Wonder Boy should really fight again.
Damn.
It's just me. It's like, you know, no hard feelings. It's just fuck you, fuck me too. All right, fuck everybody, fuck it.
And speaking of Wonder Boy, I mean that's kind of crazy for you to go outside of your comfort zone and call a friend and to come in, or not a friend but a fighter to come in, and him say he can't do it because he likes another fighter. But you fought Wonder Boy, and I remember during that fight, and also I saw press conference videos and a lot of interviews of you saying that you were going to try to shoot on this guy, you were going to try to take him down.
No, he kicked me in the body one time, and I did shoot though. That shit hurt.
Did he tell you that during the fight though? He's like, I thought you weren't going to shoot on me.
No. When I kicked him in the body, when he kicked me in the body, I was like, ooh, that one hurt. I was like, I'm about to shoot. He was like, huh? And I just shot. He was like, this fucking guy. I was like, all right, let's get back up.
Did you have an agreement with him before the fight? You were going to shoot it on him?
Yeah, he came on the podcast that we had at the time, and I told him, you know, he wanted an old school kickboxing belt. And that's what I'd give him.
What was your background before you started fighting in the UFC?
Kung Fu.
Really? From where did you learn?
Actually, not far from here. Ranch Cucamonga. I learned from a guy named Mark Kennedy. He was actually a school teacher for several years. He had a little bit of training underneath Bill Lassiter, who was Kung Fu Sansu, like lineage of the art. One of the first Americans to learn it. And then he also
And
has
then
a
done.
Kempo background, so that's why I was always a big fan of like Chubbs. And,
Pictures done, and it's posted on Twitter with the news article.
How they transferred over the Kempo
That's
style
what I was doing.
martial arts. So,
While I was quiet, I was making
watched them do it. Never
a
seen
new
anybody do the
article
Kung Fu style and bring it
and
over, so it's
photo.
pretty cool to be a pioneer of that sport, that art.
Khamzat Chimaev and
But,
Izzy.
Kung Fu, and I think about Kung Fu.
Izzy compliments Khamzat
So
on
you-
Hamzat,
Yeah.
and says the division is in good hands. So that was what I was doing.
I mean, I went to Damien in Laverne.
There you go.
Yeah,
I was right down the street. We have a paintball park in Chino.
Running some news. I'm gonna
Yeah,
post it now on Facebook.
Our church is in Pomona, so I went to Great New Faith in Pomona.
Instagram.
And then growing up with schools everywhere.
Twitter.
We used to have a spot in Chino. We used to live in Chino when I was younger. And we stayed, the swap meet that's right over there with all those cows and shit over there. But they got the Mexican swap meet and all the good shit you can go in there and get on the weekends. We used to stay right across the street from there. So, yeah, nice little blue house. They used to play soccer.
That's what we're doing.
Parks. They used to do a bit of soccer and stuff.
How could you not like a guy like this?
Stayed in Corona for a little while. I liked the Corona. Corona was nice.
How could you not like a guy like this?
Oh, he likes me.
I don't have a sponsor for gloves. I have to buy my own. I did have a sponsor.
It's like an OG and then the new.
My sponsor was Star Pro Combat.
Oh, I don't know.
I can ask them, where are you located? I think the biggest problem would be the shipping.
Oh, you wanted Eagle. I gave you Eagle.
The shipping is difficult international and stuff.
I just told my opinion. You gave your opinion.
Oh, and I showed you where I had Eagle about.
Try Star Pro Combat on Instagram and send them a DM.
Kevin, why is it
And I'll also send them a DM to see if they're still sponsoring fighters. That would be the only advice I could give you.
just want to fight 24/7?
I don't know anybody else that would do that. You could try.
There's just too many politics that come with being like.
You could try Rev Gear.
If I'm being
You
honest.
could try
You get this number next to your name all
and
of a
just go to their
sudden-
Instagram and DM them
Man,
at
you get to a
Rev Gear.
belt, they can't stop talking.
RDX Sports at RDX Sports. Try them and just go to their Instagrams and DM them. Those are the three I'd say.
Every once in a while, people see me.
Yeah, man, I'm watching the Holland and
I'm not with the family.
Rampage one. It's back and forth. It's good.
Casual conversation.
And I'm working. See, I just posted to Facebook. Now we're on Facebook.
And you're, even if you're top 5,
And then we'll go next to Instagram.
top 5, top 10, you're a contender, you're looking to become a champ, you're supposed to hold yourself a certain way to be the champ, right? Like, people are supposed to be able to look up to you. Don't nobody gotta look up to me. I'm just a fucking athlete showing up, doing my job, and I'm really a barbaric motherfucker. I'm fighting, right? So you don't have to look up to me. And that's how I want it. I just want to be able to step in, do my thing, step out, be okay. If I get a fucking belt, I got 1 million+ followers. There's nowhere you can go. People don't know who you are. Can't walk through Walmart with a regular hat on, get away with stuff. You just can't do anything. It's like everybody knows this cowboy hat. It's like if I switch out to my dark brown one, they don't know who I am. I wear this one, they know it's Kevin. They know it's Big Mouth. It's like they know what it is. It's like I have certain outfits I can wear. Nobody knows who I am. I have certain outfits I can wear. Everybody's seen it online. They know who that guy is. It's like right now I can live that life of being a nobody, still being a somebody. You become a champ. You become top 5, with a popularity like mine. It just doesn't change. You just absolutely are somebody, and you always have to deal with that. It's like you're in a golden era of martial arts. You can still make your money, but at the same time, you get to have a name, but not too big of a name where it's like you're fucking, the quarterback of your favorite team. Anybody who's a true martial arts fan, anybody who's a true UFC guy, or even watch MMA period, they know who Rampage is. They respect who Rampage is. They love who Rampage is. From the slam knockouts to fighting Vanderlei Silva all those times and finishing out on top to everything. We respect that. And a person like me who's also in the game, I'm like, damn, this guy was lucky. He was able to be at the tip top of the sport, but having just the right amount of fans. True fans know who the fuck he is. Those Joe Blows that just walk around, those casuals who don't understand the game, they don't really bother you too much, right?
Right.
And that's a wonderful life. You've made your money, you've had a good time, and on top of that, you've been able to enjoy the sport. I get too far in the game, I can't enjoy the sport. I hate the thought of being able to go to Kroger's with my son and everybody stopping me and him instead of me and him being able to enjoy ourselves. It's just not worth it. So,
You're 100% right.
think I need a belt? I don't need one. True fans know I fight anytime, every time, all the time. And no matter what the outcome is, I show up and I fight. Only way you're going to get me is if you go down there, sniff my crotch, suck me up real quick, and make me bust one before I can get out the house. That's the only way. If you go out there and you fight me, you're having a hard fucking time.
Barry, don't be asking the first address.
I knew you were gonna pop up.
Like you think about it, MVP is a wonderful striker. He's a wonderful martial artist.
Yeah.
He played the backup run game the whole time.
Yeah.
I respect the fuck out of Wonder Boy. He took those hits, he hit me back. It was boom, 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 boom. Even if my hands broke, fuck that. Throw that in the garbage. That is what it is. I didn't have enough tools without that one axe to finish chopping down that tree. That's on me. But he fought me, and he gave me those opportunities. MVP, he was circling the whole time. You asked me, which fight would you want to fight again right away? I'd rather fight a guy like MVP right away, even though I like him. It's like, I'd rather fight a guy like Brandon Allen. It's like, he won. If I got to avenge myself, I want to avenge myself against guys like that who will actually fight. Or even Marvin Vettori. If they said if you had to choose between fighting Marvin Vettori again or Derek Brunson, I'd much rather fight Marvin Vettori. I hate Derek Brunson, but I'd much rather fight Marvin Vettori. Why? Because Marvin Vettori actually shows up to fight. I like the way he fights you. Brunson, on the other hand, he's just living to just sniff the balls all the time. Now, if I wanted to test my wrestling, I'd just go out there and do a super match against Brunson. But at the end of the day, that's not what I want. I want to fight. I like a good fight. I love a good fight.
So you hate Derek because his fight style or his personality?
I just hated Derek because of who Derek was. He played with me from the beginning, and I didn't know who the fuck he was. You know what I mean?
Kind of like what I did.
Yeah.
Yes.
I knew about his fighting style. I knew who he was. He just continued to play with me. Then after I expressed to him I didn't like that shit, he still continued to play with me. We fought. He won. But if you ask me, if it was a street fight, I still beat his ass. I'm perfectly fine with the outcome. He has a W on a win column, but he sniffed my nuts the whole time. And if that's really what it all boiled down to, I landed more strikes. And when we went into the fight, everybody knew I could be taken down. Nobody thought that you could be. I took you down. I was the first person to ever take Derek Brunson down inside a mixed martial arts cage, and that's pretty fucking embarrassing if you ask me.
Hey, I see why he talks a lot in his fights. He a good motherfucking talker.
He has a lot to say.
He got a lot to say.
And it's all valid.
I bet he's just one of those people that talk a lot.
He just talks a lot, but he backs it up.
My grandfather called me Jabberjaws growing up.
I believe it.
Hey, but at least you back it up. See, this is what I like. You could have a guy like Dylan Dennis, and I like Dylan Dennis, but he talks a lot, but he never wants to fight. But I love Dylan. He's a cool dude if you know him outside.
With,
With Connor and Holland.
But now he trains with Pereira. So he's a smart guy.
Now he's trying to train with the right people. Yeah. Exactly. But you're a guy who's willing to talk at any moment, but go take any fight at any moment. And I feel like that's why the fans gravitate towards you. I feel like you would be an amazing champion for the UFC, and you're a guy they need. They need a guy that's vocal, willing to take fights, be active. Do you feel like sometimes the illusion of the pressure of having to train for a title fight is something that also pushes the side? Because I feel like you're a guy that doesn't want to train.
Honestly, if they told me that going forward they would only want me to do fight nights and they'd only want me to do 5 rounds, I would be perfectly fine with that. I honestly like the 5-round fights. It's like they don't usually go my way unless I finish them fast. But I actually like 5-round fights. You know, it's like before I got to the UFC, you know, it's like I was champion of all my local circuits. And being champion of all my local circuits meant I had to fight 5 rounds. You know, it's like I'm accustomed to 5 rounds. I like and I enjoy 5 rounds. I like the idea that I can take a round off. In 3 rounds, you can't take a round off. It's all or nothing. It's gas, no brakes. So for a guy who honestly doesn't truly enjoy the cardio aspect of training, I enjoy training. I just don't enjoy the cardio aspect of training. I do enjoy 5 rounds because I can fight at my pace. If a guy can be going crazy in a 5-round fight, and I know that he's not going to last all 5 rounds. This is so I can beat him around 4 to 5. And I'm cool with that. I know you understand where I'm coming from.
I know what you're saying. I never took rounds off, but I understand. I know people do that.
Sometimes it's a smart way to play it. Sometimes it's a dumb way to play it. If I'm fighting a guy that I know takes rounds off, I might try and beat him in 3, even though it's a 5-round fight. I fought Jeffrey Neal for the local title. When I fought Jeffrey Neal for the local title, I told him to go up to 185 instead of fighting me at 170 pounds. Why? Because I knew he was a big, strong guy and he had good muscles on him. But I knew going up to 85 would also make him a little lacticase. Makes his muscles just tense up a little bit more. It worked out. There's scientific words behind it. I don't know the scientific words. I just knew it was a smart thing to do. He also, I knew being 5 rounds, I also knew that Jeff Neal takes off usually the 2nd or 3rd round.
Guys, make sure you check out Jaxxon YouTube, Jaxxon Podcast, at Jaxxon Podcast. That's what we're watching right now while we run our news.
I pushed it for 2, just talking shit, just making sure he
running the news.
Even when he was doing good and I wasn't, I just made sure he stayed in the fight. By the time round 3 came around, I started off the way I wanted to start off. We didn't even last more than a minute. He was done. I don't know if he was hurt or if his legs were just tired.
I'm gonna tell you, he probably frustrates a lot of his opponents with just his mouth.
Yeah,
100%. A little bit different from you. You please a lot of your opponents with your mouth, but he frustrates them. You know what I'm saying?
I got a guy that wants your number.
Oh, now y'all teaming up against me. Oh, that's what you're doing. You turned in my friend.
No. I'm just saying, cause look, I'm be honest.
He's very tactical, very
yeah, I'm being 100% honest. I had to calm myself down. Him talking to me, I had to calm myself down. I had to be like, you know what I'm saying, really like talk to myself. And
he was getting in your head, and I know that. That's why the audience will see the way I look at you with my eyes.
I had to calm myself down.
Hey, that's me. I'm like his little Batman to Robin. I'm like, yo, chill out, champ.
No, chill out. And then listen, imagine fighting this motherfucker. He's whipping your ass and talking all this shit to you you getting your ass
Oh,
whooped.
he be smacking you. You look like Eminem Peanut. You ain't in shape.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you when I became a big fan of him is when he knocked that dude out when he was on his back.
Souza.
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know who Souza is.
Yeah.
You OG, you know.
He's a
Souza
big
comes from the
dog.
OG
No,
strand.
I stopped. I stopped watching MMA for a while. When I started doing this podcast, I got back into it.
When you were actually competing, fighting and stuff, were you big on watching fights still, or were you like, I'm in it and it just wasn't as entertaining anymore?
No, I never was a fan of MMA.
I understand that.
Yeah, I got thrown into it, and I used to watch my opponents, take from my opponents. Then after I watched all Vanderlei Silva's fights, then he beat the shit out of me. After I fought Chuck Liddell, I had fought Chuck Liddell 45 minutes before. Then I fought Vanderlei, and I just felt like he didn't lose. He didn't lose for a long time, so it was mental for me. And so after that, I didn't watch it, and then I stopped watching MMA for a long time. But what I did do, I started watching Muay Thai sometimes.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Which has a lot more fun to watch.
Yeah. I mean, Kevin, you've been known, and we talked about this earlier with Gabe Silva and Khalil Silva, Anderson Silva's kids, and a lot of people in here that are training. The way you're able to stay athletic, your athleticism, the healthiness of you as a fighter is something that people should look at. You fought at least 3 times per year since 2019, right? You're a very active fighter, but a lot of people in your weight class, they're active, but they get hurt, they take a year off, they come back, they can't do as many fights as you. What are you doing in and out of camp that's allowing you to stay so healthy?
I smoke weed, fuck bad bitches, and ultimately just enjoy my life. I mean, if you want to know,
hate on a guy like this? Man, come on! Hold it out on vlog for Kevin Holland!
it's like,
God damn!
yeah, if you want a smart athlete, I mean, you should probably look at LeBron James and people like that.
No, we good. We're going to you.
Probably Alila Tupera. He seems to be a very smart athlete. They got the chambers and stuff in their house, and I got access to all that shit too. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Coming from Travis Hooters, I have a beautiful gym full of people who just like love and support anything that they have. I have access to. I mean, like in the back of our gym, we have a pool that's literally like built to help like disabled kids learn back to walk and stuff like that. It's always heated. It's not that deep of a pool, but I can definitely swim across it. It's about the same size as the Olympic pool on the swim side, like as far as the length goes, if I'm not mistaken. I don't ever get in that motherfucker. And it's like, I don't do anything. It's like, as soon as I'm done with practice, I run straight to the house, hop in the shower, fire up a blunt, you know what I'm saying? I try and see what honey coming over that night if I don't already got one lined up, you know what I mean?
Oh, you got them lined up like that?
I mean, because at the end of the day, bro, I'm not in a relationship.
That's what Van do.
So I enjoy myself.
I can see he has a roster. You're stable a little.
No, I don't. I mean, it's not even that I got a roster. It's just that like I got like 3, maybe 4 friends. You know what I'm saying? That I just truly rely on. And like lately, I really haven't even been on that tip because this fight camp, I really was trying to really just hone in because there's a lot of driving back and forth between Houston and stuff like that. And I was making a little trip out of my way to hang out with a friend. That was cool. But this camp, I was mainly like, hanging out with the kid and stuff like that, doing my thing. But normally on a day-to-day basis, yeah, I'm mainly worried about the honeys, smoking my weed and chilling. I don't do none of the proper stuff. And I think it's all about just understanding that the regular person works a 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? They work 40 hours a week guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? And a motherfucker who trained for a fight, you don't train 40 hours a week. I know, I be seeing motherfuckers gas they shit up, right? Like, oh, I train this hour, I do this, that, this, I do this. Motherfucker, you don't do none of that shit. I know you don't. Unless you on steroids or you taking some type of enhancement,
I'm all natty.
you don't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you right now, if I do like a strength conditioning workout hard 2 or 3 times a week, and then I go to the gym hard 2 or 3 times a week, and then I go do jiu-jitsu 2 or 3 times a week, like you gotta space them sessions out. Like you can't do, if I do all that in one day, on Monday, then I go do that again on Tuesday, I guarantee you I'm not doing shit on Wednesday. I'm asleep. Wednesday, like, yo, coach calling me like, you ain't coming to the gym today. Fuck no. I did 5 sessions yesterday and I did 5 sessions the day before that. I'm tired as hell. All right, I'll see you tomorrow, huh? Maybe. I'll call in a striking coach because I like to strike. Hey, you want to meet at the gym an hour before everybody get there? And right when they start to pull up, because coach can be 5 minutes late, we just squeeze up out the back door. Like, I'm smart, bro. It's all about training smarter, not harder. So all the young athletes, don't listen to me. That's it.
I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. How long you been smoking weed?
My whole life.
Okay, so I started smoking weed when I was 8 years old, and I quit when I was 17. And one of my coaches, Antonio McKee, he done studies and stuff on it. Weed keeps you from recovering.
For real?
Yeah, I used to fight 6 times a year.
I believe that.
I used to fight 6 times a year. How old are you?
32.
Yeah, so, yeah. When I was fighting in Japan, I used to fight 6 times a year.
How old were you then?
I started fighting when I was like 21,
Yeah.
22.
See, I would fight 6 times a year. I don't fight as many times a year as I do because that's what I'm allowed to do. I fight as many times as a year because that's all they give me. And when I say that's all they give me, don't think I'm not blessed, I'm not happy, and don't think I ain't hearing what you say.
Yeah.
I would fight more. And I do believe you when you say weed slows down the recovery.
Yeah.
Because the older I've got, the more I realize the higher I am, the less recovered I am.
Yeah.
That's just me being real. Sometimes I be sitting on the couch like,
Keeping it real.
What are you normally smoking? Out of a blunt? Or you pack a bowl?
no, I'm black.
What's that mean?
He's smoking blunts.
Oh, you actually roll it, lick it, pop it. Oh,
Put that down, play the game a little bit.
wow,
Spark that up.
that's crazy.
Like, I'm playing
Can you
2K.
imagine? How did I do
Jeez.
that?
Think about it though. I'm playing 2K. On the first game, I'm smoking a blunt. On the second game, I'm smoking a blunt. On the third game, I'm smoking a blunt. On the fourth game, I'm smoking a blunt. And I'm gonna tell you this: I only play 3 games if we got 3 dubs in a row. On the fourth game, I tell them I'm gonna take a quick break. I watch a little TV, go downstairs, hang out with the kid, do a little bit of this, do a little bit of that. Then I go back upstairs, and I'm back on the game. And next blunt, next game, blunt. It's just I'm gonna smoke a blunt.
Kevin, that's 4 blunts, Kevin.
That's 4 blunts in 4 games of 2K. And I'm talking about each rec game. As soon as the rec game is over, we're firing up another one. Then the rec game is over, we're firing up another. So that's why I be hearing people, but it's like, at the end of the day, bro, it's like, you're not going to find very many people that's just living normal like me, that's living normal like me.
Jeez.
Man, he gotta thank Nick Diaz for
I do.
Yeah, he gotta thank Nick.
I do.
Wow.
Because a couple years ago when I was fighting the UFC, you couldn't.
And
do that.
Sugar Sean.
Oh yeah.
Why Sugar
And
Sean?
Sugar Sean. Because
Yes.
we all say Nick, and I do understand Nick for sure.
Yeah.
Nick
He
and
is
Nate,
role. It's
very popular guys. But the rule didn't really get passed until Sugar Sean came and took that right after Contender. They popped him, busted him. Then after that, they were like, man, fuck this rule. They threw it out.
Oh, for real?
Oh wow.
Right after that.
Yeah.
It was right after
They
that.
called the Diaz rule, which allows you to smoke weed, but you're saying it actually came from Sugar Sean.
No. I believe it came from the Diaz.
Yeah.
But I believe after it happened to Sugar and they knew how good Sugar was going to be for the business, they were like, yeah, we got to throw this shit out.
Wow.
You know, with a guy like Nick and Nate, who could probably cause a little bit of trouble every once in a while, you like, they probably don't need to smoke that shit. Then you see a guy like Sugar, who you like, man, there's nothing but money surrounding this kid. Get in trouble for that, you like, man, maybe they do need to smoke this shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one.
When I was streaming on Twitch all the time, when we talked about it, because you couldn't say certain things on Twitch, we used to call it the Nick Diaz. Hey, I love those boys, but I didn't know that about Sugar.
Yeah.
So I figured like, oh wow, Nick, he paid the ultimate price.
He did.
Because
Yeah,
it's not
100%.
a performance enhancer. I feel like Nick was right.
Yeah, because I think he did a 2-year ban, right?
He got like 5 years of one. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was
I think he
something
did.
crazy like that. Yeah.
I'd probably 4 years and 20 days.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you how long before your fight did you quit sex?
Do I quit sex?
Before your fight.
You know, it just depends what honey's in town. You know?
Bro, what does the roster look like? Talk to me. What you went to? Like,
Hey.
I gotta know.
Kevin Holland's funny, man. I'm not gonna lie.
I have two baby mamas, and I have one ex-wife.
Oh, you guys are more common than you understand.
And one baby mama is Hispanic, mixed with a little bit of white.
I don't got no.
Caucasian is the better way to say it. I'm sorry.
You guys are
And
literally.
then my other baby mama is black, and then of course she's like to say Indian, but it is what it is. And then of course the Caucasian. So I like the Caucasian women mixed with the other things. You know what I'm saying? Because they always say if you go white, you go right. You know what I'm saying? Trying to keep my credit in check. And then my ex-wife, she's actually mixed as well. She's
So
actually.
you got 3 baby mamas.
No, I have 2 baby mamas and an ex-wife.
2 baby mamas and ex-wife.
Listen, I don't answer no more personal questions with him because he's ended every single relationship I ever had since I started this.
Well, brother, if you thrusted better, it wouldn't end as fast as
No.
it does.
I ain't no problem with my thrusting. It's you talking on this podcast and they believe this
taking
shit.
your girl to a date
I
at
mean-
Chili's for baby back ribs ain't gonna cut it anymore, brother. It's
Yeah.
2025.
Yeah, I agree. You have to
Thank you.
take them somewhere nice.
Thank you.
I think restaurants are the way to go.
I take him to Lagos.
Thank you, Kevin.
I take him to Lagos,
What's
Mexican.
Lagos?
It's the best Mexican restaurant in California.
This place, he's been eating enchiladas at this place for 5 years. Stop
Miguel's
it.
Jr.
Because I know.
Miguel Jr. That's a staple. That's a Southern California staple.
I ain't never even heard of them.
That's like the Taco Bell for the.
I'm not from California. I'm not from California.
Oh, don't
he's
worry.
playing that
I'm from California.
He's playing that card. He's been living here for 25 years.
I've been living for 20 some years, but I'm still not from here.
No. So look, this is what I like to tell my people out in Texas. I'm a California boy, but I'm a Texas man. You know what I mean? So it's like I was raised in California as a boy, and I still have all my visions and all my dreams, and I have spent a couple years out here as an adult, so I do know how to have fun. But make no mistake about it, all my adultness comes from Texas.
What made you move to Texas?
My mom was out there living with my little brother. She had just took my little brother out there, and me and my little brother, you know what I'm saying, like that. So I told my grandfather said when you turn 18, I moved out of his house. I had just turned 18. I had this fight. It was an amateur fight, and he was like, man, I kind of like it. You can come back if you want to. But
Yeah.
it was just already set in my head. When you turn 18, you got to move. So I moved with mom, and mom was in Texas. And, you know what I'm saying? Life with mom was good. Pops didn't want to let nigga drive a car. Mom was all about you driving. You know what I'm saying? Pops didn't want you to do certain things. And mom was all about you growing up, becoming who you needed to be. And you know what I mean? Mom supported me 100% on who I needed to be to become who I needed to be. And Pops was, you know what I'm saying? Either you're going to clean these buildings and do what I need you to do, or it ain't going to happen. And shout out to Pops, because he built a hell of a work ethic. Pops and Grandma did. But shout out to Moms, because, you know, Mom wasn't there for me on a gangster ride. Your boy wouldn't have made it. So it is what it is.
Yeah, Texas is a little bit more laid back than California. I
It's
like
nice.
Austin. I'll be out there with Congo, kicking it. I like
Yeah,
Austin. Yeah.
I've seen you go out there when you went to Joe Rogan. You went out there. I mean, I go to Dallas all the time. We have a paintball park out in Dallas, a Giant Party Sports near Frisco.
You never went to Houston?
Yeah, I think I've been to Houston for business like once or twice.
I never been to Houston.
Yeah.
Houston
I
bumps off?
never kicked it there. Austin is like, I like the nightlife. Right? That's what I like.
Go to Houston one time.
Really?
It was time.
I was supposed to go to Houston for the
Not you.
Why not me?
If you go to Houston, just give me a heads up. I'm gonna take you to Washington Street.
Why? Wait, why not me?
Yes, shit. I mean, I could talk to my boy Mike Mills from the closet, talk to Paul Wall, see if they get you in.
Oh, well, why can't I go to Houston? Why are you laughing at me? Why can't I go to Houston?
Because he said he know you.
You see them Mustangs out there is yours.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a nice old school for Cali.
What I'm supposed to drive in Houston?
I'm gonna let you hop in the Caprice.
What's that?
See? That's what I'm saying.
Is that an Impala?
It's close.
Yeah.
It's close.
It's like a Chevelle? That box
Box
Chevy?
Chevy.
Yeah.
There we go.
See, Rampage knows his cars. That's why
I got a box.
He has
Chevy. It's been in the shop for too damn long.
You also, what do you got? You got that John Wick
Why?
car.
Because you got these guys out here in Cali fixing it up. Take that shit to Texas.
See? Now you got to connect in Texas.
Them boys get down.
I
You
got
want it fast?
No. I got some 32.
Oh, you want to put the big rims on there?
Yeah,
Take that shit to Houston.
Bounce it like this.
Take it to Houston.
No, I changed to a dunk.
Yeah, you just have your girl sit in the front seat.
Maybe I don't have no 32s on mine. I got some 24s on mine.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
cool.
I don't like the rubber.
Oh yeah.
I gotta have more rubber.
On the wheel?
Yeah, I'm about to take the. I ain't gonna lie. My Kobe year is over, so I'm about to take the 24s off.
What's your favorite car that you got right now?
I love my Caprice to death. I love my Caprice because I built it. You know what I mean?
Are you building yourself?
Well, I took it to the shop, but you know, it's all my visions. You know what I'm saying? The engine I wanted. You know what I'm saying? The transmission I wanted. You know what I'm saying? The back end I wanted. You know what I'm saying? Like it's what I wanted. So what I did was I stole a CTSV.
You stole?
You know, it's a good way to put it.
Wait, hold on. Don't just pass on.
You don't. He got it for a good price.
Oh, I thought you meant you went and stole it with the
Oh,
bullet.
he black?
No,
Because
he's black.
Because he literally said that. No. Yeah, because he literally said I stole.
It's slang.
Yeah. Oh, it's yeah.
Well, who gonna come on the podcast talking about stealing some shit?
You talk about it all the time. I stole this dude's girl. I stole that dude's girl.
That's different though.
Yeah.
That's legal still.
Oh, okay. All right, so you picked up a nice engine.
Yeah, it was CTSV. We ripped the engine out, ripped the transmission out, and then gave the car back. And then, we threw that in the Caprice. Then we went and got some nice high gears out. I think some 475 set 3s or something like that out in the back. Then put the 24s on there. I didn't do nothing to the inside though. And then when I got it, the paint job was already pristine. Like, it was real nice.
Ice cream paint job.
It's like a beige color. I spent like 17 on the car.
Riding dirty like Chameleon.
So it looked brand new. You know what I mean? It looked brand new when I got it. So I just literally just ripped out all the mechanical parts and just changed everything. So just made it faster. So it just ride like a little vet. You know what I'm saying?
Classy.
Nice, yeah.
Classy.
You don't know about
Goes to
shit.
Texas, becomes a classy man. I know where he comes from. I went to high school out there.
You went to high school in Texas?
No, I went to high school where he went to high school.
Oh, in NorCal?
Yeah, NorCal. It's SoCal.
SoCal?
Yeah. Over there in IE.
You didn't go to high school up
Yes,
there.
I did.
I thought you were born and raised in Newport.
I was watching the Ball Brothers at Chino Hills. I was rolling around to Fontucket, all the way back to Etiwanda, right up the street to Ontario.
Is those real places?
Yeah.
He don't know about
And
this.
the way he said Fontucket, he knows what he's talking about.
He don't know about it. Thank you. See, Kevin, you're a good dude.
I thought he was born and raised in Orange County.
See, No, we're not all rich like you, brother. We can't just drive around 15 cars. You got it easy. You don't know how we had to get it out the mud.
Yeah, hey, whatever happened to that time when you had that big ass truck? People talk about it, but it's like I was too young to know anything.
Yeah. It was a tough day. It was a tough day. I
You
had
just
to
went
get,
out spazzing in your truck?
no, I had to get to one of my friends.
Oh,
One of my friends used to help me at training camp. Never asked for. I paid my sparring partners.
Yeah.
He never wanted any money. He never asked me for tickets. And during training camp, he was asking me some questions because at that time I was very religious, and he known me before I became religious, and he started asking me some questions. And I was in training, and I wasn't really focusing on the deep issue of the questions he was asking me. And come find out, he was about to end it all.
okay.
And so I had to get to him, one of my good friends, and I didn't care about no police or nobody. And the unfortunate part is, you know how people are. I hit this lady's side of her mirror, and she lied like she had a miscarriage. But the investigators did the due diligence and found out she had 7 miscarriages or 5 miscarriages 5 days before that accident. So last one. So then later she changed her claim to all. She hurt her back. So she was just trying to get some money. She got 100,000. And so it got in the news.
You?
No, my insurance paid it.
Oh, yeah.
So it was all in the news and everything, but then when they came back, when they found out she was fraud, they never gave me an apology or nothing. But
They always report the bad shit, though.
yeah.
They never report the truth, but they always report the shit that
But
looks good.
it was bad. I should have stopped for the police, but I just felt like I just had to get to my friend and
You got there, though, right?
I got there. And
That's all that matters.
now he's good. He's happy. He's doing good.
That's all that matters. You got there.
I think there's a lot to learn in life, and one thing on a serious note is you always got to take care of your people. But I think one thing that I do admire about Rampage, he's the first to do something without people needing to know. So I've always stood by him for that reason, because he's always the first one to make sure that anybody around us, his friends, me, whatever we need, he's the first one to always make sure he's there. Doesn't need the clout, doesn't need the social, doesn't need the praise. He does it because he truly likes
That's how
it.
it's supposed to be.
That's how it's supposed to be, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like a lot of people have lost their way because now everything's about social media. Everything's got to be posted.
No,
Yeah.
I prefer for my shit not to be posted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it about you with this like laid back approach? Even the way you do like your press, the way you do your content, like you are totally transparent about smoking, your girls, the way you operate, the way you live your life. What is it? You feel like you have a need to do that so that way your audience or your fans know who you truly are? Or do you do it as a way to just be like F you to the you know, the good boys?
No, it's like I'm gonna be who I am no matter what. You know what I mean? And I don't ever want to change for anything or anyone. One of my favorite athletes. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna like go too deep into like what they do as an athlete, because then you'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
John Jones.
But one of my favorite athletes of all time, you know what I'm saying? They got caught up for acting one way and then living another way. You know what I'm saying? And to me, that was like, it was ridiculous because we only care about how good you are.
Do you play football?
We only care about how good you are.
Michael Vick.
So it's like at the end of the day,
Is Michael Vick your favorite athlete?
Michael Vick's a bad motherfucker. All they had to do was just be who they were, and everything was gonna be okay. You know? And I think watching that person really closely, you know what I'm saying? Wanting to kind of be like that person in a sense, helped me become who I was. You know what I'm saying? Just realizing like, I'm not gonna fucking fake it for nobody. You know, it's like either you like me or you don't, you love me or you don't. It sucks when you don't, but I mean, at the end of the day, my kids, you know, I got 2 kids. My youngest, you know, is a baby. He sees me, big smile on his face. You know what I mean? That's what I look for. My son, you know, 12 years old now. You know, every year, you know, the wishes are the same. You know, just for me and him to continue to do what we do. You know what I mean? And for me, that's what matters. You know, so my kids, most important thing in the world. You know what I'm saying? They care about what I do. Nothing else matters. You know what I'm saying?
He's just a real motherfucker.
Yeah.
And you're not used to that here in Orange County.
No, I mean it's refreshing, but it's also a good approach because you're gonna build an audience and a loyal fan base, and as well as a good reputation with the people around you, your peers, because people can count on you. The honest you are with yourself, the more honest you are with your friend group, the way you are transparent about life, it builds a good character about you, but it also builds a good friend group. It's hard to keep a lot of fake friends when you don't fake it for people around you.
Yeah. The fake ones always tickle you. It doesn't matter how long it takes.
Do you feel like Texas has better people around you than you would have had out here in Cali, or just different?
I think, you know, growing up in California, different would definitely be the case. Growing up in California, I was already kind of set on the friends, the people that I would have. You know, it's like even when I went to Texas, I grabbed a little bit of my as soon as I got back to Texas, I instantly got back to the mindset that I had developed in Texas. Now I've been in Texas so long that I think I could probably go anywhere and keep the same mindset. I think I will be okay. When I say anywhere, I mean 50 states, right? Fighting, I got to go to 48 of them. I can't go to Philadelphia. I can't go to California. There's just 2 states that I just can't go to. You know, it's like in Philadelphia, I'm just like my father, and in California, I mean, like my mother if she was a man. You know what I mean? So it's like just 2 places that I essentially don't need to spend too long at.
And I like the fact that, and also, Brandon, you've touched upon this before, it takes a wise man to have that kind of cohesiveness, that ability to understand what's going on in their life as well, to be honest with themselves. That's kind of when you remove the ego. I know you guys both joke around about ego. You guys are both 2 tough dudes, but when you talk like that, you definitely see a different, more respectable, more wiser self, I would say. And it's good for people that are watching this too, to be able to understand that if you don't have an honesty with yourself, put yourself in the wrong environment,
You gotta know your fat. You have to know.
Yeah. One thing we talked about was his weight, going from 170 to 85 and back and forth. Which weight class do you feel like you performed best at? Me and Rampage talked about it a little bit. We were watching
170 pounds. 170 pounds. Idealistically, to me, if I was going to be the smartest fighter, you know what I mean, and I wanted to go on this title run and all this other shit, it would be at 170 pounds. That'd be the smartest place to go there. And it's like, one thing I've realized about my body is it doesn't matter how much weight I lift, it doesn't matter how much I eat. When I'm training, and I can only get to a certain weight. I can only get so heavy. But I can lose weight fast. It's like, idealistically, if they had a 175-pound weight class, I would be great, because then I would never miscalculate. 175 pounds would be perfect for me. It's that last 5 pounds, 75 to 70, and it's always like a calculation. You know what I mean? If I didn't do it wrong, if I didn't do it right, I could definitely miss weight. Yeah, you know what I mean? If I didn't do it right, I also could hit weight, but then not perform the exact same the next day. The energy levels are just different. 85, I don't have to worry about my energy levels. It is what it is.
What's up? This your boy Rampage Jaxxon. I'm here with the best co-host, Bear the Cheerio.
We're here. We got another amazing guest, but Rampage, before we go into this guest, we are having the biggest sale of the year. Jaxxon.com up to 50% off site-wide. The best-selling chain stacks, our best-selling iced-out chains, sweat-proof, custom class, durable, made to be worn every day, and styles for everybody. The bracelets, the chains. Make sure you guys go check out Jaxxon.com up to 50% off site-wide right now. And don't forget, if you're looking for
Demetrius Johnson interview.
you can go to JaxxonClub.com. You can use promo code.
Talks about why he left the UFC.
50% off, and you can catch the shorts that we've been training in, the jackets, the eyewear, everything that they.
You got a contact, man. But I think they get mixed up with Randy Couture and Rampage Jaxxon. So they call me. I've been called Rambo.
Anything like this.
Where's Randy Jaxxon coming from? You're the surprised I call Randy Jaxxon. I almost got in a big argument at a lady in Anaheim that won at the motocross because she thought I was Shawn Evans. And I was like, lady.
He has dreads now.
Yeah.
So,
Sit right there.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, lady, she said, are you Rashad Evans? She said, yes, you are. She thought it's being like,
Yeah, you're my friend, and I'm gonna sit down with you.
If people ask me, are you Rampage Jaxxon? I say no. They don't know. I just say no.
Yep, same.
So normally I would have done that. She would have had a good argument if she said Rampage. But I'm like,
You're
I'm
like,
Rashad Evans. She said, yes, you are. You just don't want to. You don't want to take pictures with her. I'm like, listen, man. I can assure you, I am not Rashad Evans. And we almost, she wanted to fight me for real. And then she was walking off there, and she told some dude like, he's a dick. He's not Rashad Evans. That's Rampage Jaxxon.
She was on the dick.
Wow. Yeah, I'm like, get away, Karen.
Yeah, that happens all the time. People come to you like, oh man, you Demetrius Johnson. Nah, I'm a black guy. And I was like, nah, it's you. And I was like, nah, seriously, it's not. Because we look just like him. Then it'll go off, and then sometimes I'll be taking pictures for people, and then someone like, oh, everybody's crowded around and taking pictures of me, and then there's a person outside goes, no.
We're just chilling, watching some Jaxxon podcasts.
Like, what do you do? I'm like, I work at a pharmaceutical company. They're like, really? But yeah, I'm a CEO. He goes, well, what drug? I'm like, male enhancement. Like, if you have trouble in the bedroom, just, look at my company and we'll take care of you. And you and your significant other will have a good life. I was, oh, big fan. Let me get a picture of you. Take a picture. My wife goes, why do you do that? I was like, working on my acting game. I want other people to know that I could do different things. So,
It's fun to do it.
I've done that so many times. One time, me and Tiki was in Nashville, and these people was taking pictures. We was at for one of the UFC fights, and this older Mexican lady wanted the picture. And I knew she didn't know who I was. I'm like, oh, you know who I am? And she was like, yeah. I was like, what's my name? And she looked at her husband. I was like, do you know what I do? And she was like, no. I said, oh, my name King Kong Ding Dong. I got the biggest dick in the world. Bro, it was so embarrassing. I was like, you see all the pictures? Yeah. Like,
She wants her more now.
I've done it before.
This guy's out of control. I love it, man. Every single time we've always been together, when it was in the UFC, Xbox, SEMA, we've always had a great time.
Except for the first time. I didn't like you. I didn't like you for a long period of time. He was the only fighter sponsored by Xbox, and he knew I like gaming. And I asked him, who you know who Xbox? Let me get some of that sponsorship too. He was like, you know what he said? He didn't say, I tried. So he said, no.
I think I said something. I'm like, hey, I just got to this chair. Let the mouse get his cheese first, and then I might cite you some of the crumbs.
No. He looked me dead in the eyes. He said, no.
Well, can I share the Xbox money? Well, here's the thing. So a lot of people don't know this. Some of the times when I was sponsored by Xbox, I never got paid. Right? I never got paid. So the reason why, like when I fought John Dodson, it was a launch of the Tomb Raider and Xbox. That was kind of like the first. The first one was when I fought King Yamamoto on Facebook. And then when I did the second time, the next time they sponsored me was when I actually got paid was when I fought John Dodson. It was a Tomb Raider. There was an activation there, right? But a lot of the times I was rocking Xbox, I didn't get paid. The reason why I did that is because I wanted my name to be associated with that brand. And they didn't have the funding to be able to sponsor an athlete at that time. Because the way Xbox was working back in the day is that they would only be able to have the funding or the budget to sponsor an athlete when they would launch a game. So Tomb Raider, that was 2013 Chicago, did that. $20,000 for the sponsorship. And then when I remember when I fought Ali Bakatinov, I was sponsored by Xbox. All those times I fought, I wasn't sponsored by them, but I didn't want to be an athlete going out there searching for Condom Depot, screws, all that stuff. I was like, you know what? I'm going to keep on rocking Xbox because I'm loyal, and I'm hoping one day that somebody up at Xbox sees my worth. I'm like, you know, we're going to bring you on, I'm going to give you this big of a contract. So a lot of the times when I wore Xbox, there was no money to get to you, baby. So I know, if I bring you to the table, your friends were like, I want $70,000. He goes, this motherfucker ain't getting nothing. So you think you'll get $70,000? So, but that was just me taking a leap of faith, hoping one day that, Xbox like, hey, we're gonna keep on, sponsoring, right?
You did that. I was so jealous.
You had the Xbox on your sports. That was so huge. I was like, wow, this guy's really mainstream. Did it end up working out?
No. It never did. Like I said, only if I can count on how many times. So I remember the Tomb Raider one. I remember the Call of Duty Modern Warfare. They had a budget for that. So when there was a big game launching when I was fighting, then I would be able to get some type of compensation. But there was a lot of times when I fought Ali Bakatina, when I fought Cruz Carriazo, when I fought Kyoto Horiguchi. I believe when I fought Kyoto Horiguchi, that's when the Reebok deal came through. And then there was a Bud Light deal. I kind of took that and I was like, I'll do the Bud Light. But a lot of them, like, I think I only got paid maybe 3 times.
They should at least put you in that Call of Duty.
That'll be dope. I'll be about that life. I'll be dope.
Do you still game?
Absolutely.
What you playing now?
I'm playing Street Fighter 6 and I'm playing the new Call of Duty.
Bro, you so good at Street Fighter. I remember that one time I played you embarrassed the hell out of me. What we streaming that time?
Yes, we were streaming. But hey, you gave it to me too. Rainbow Six Siege.
Oh yeah.
Man, I was like, my squad versus your squad. We got work.
I used to be the man of that game. I still love it, but I don't have that many people play with it.
No, man.
It's still a good game.
It's a great game. It's still, to this day, it still have a server. It's still got a huge following and fan base. That Rainbow Six Siege is undefeated because it's that and Escape from Tarkov are probably the highest FPS intelligence you have to have. You have to know the map. You have to listen to the sounds. It's phenomenal.
Bro, I couldn't get to Escape. It was too hard. One time I tried to go across a bridge and somebody just sniping me from somewhere.
Yep.
I couldn't even go across the bridge and I never played the game again.
I love it. I didn't know that you guys were such good friends over streaming.
Oh yeah.
We'll play the UFC game and he didn't know how to grapple, right? So I'll take his ass down and I was like, I got you dog. Fuck this game, buddy. What's
character.
There you go.
There you go.
There you
Have
go.
you ever played with yourself in that game?
No, I haven't. No. I typically do that off stream when I'm playing no games. But I'll play. You're gonna say I'll play myself, but I do play as my. I do play as my character when I do play the game against the fans, and
I can imagine that. That would probably be pretty lit to see your own character.
I know how surreal is that being a gamer and having your own character in the video game.
oh, it's amazing. I think that's just a stepping stool because my ultimate goal would be able to be in like Street Fighter. Like I played that game since I was in diapers with my sister, my brothers. Street Fighter, I believe, is probably the pinnacle of fighting games because you have the simulation of a fighting game, which is very hard to simulate a fighting game, especially when we're fighters, right? Like I ain't gonna get tired. I'm not gonna throw my high kick like that. I'm not gonna do that. But when it comes to like Street Fighter, it's just on another level. Then you have Tekken. Tekken is amazing as well. Tekken is great. It has its own. I think Tekken captures the essence of different martial art forms like kickboxing, Muay Thai, boxing. That game is.
I heard your feelings in Tekken, especially in an arcade in Japan.
Yeah, I know.
You got me Street Fighter. I heard your feelings.
Yeah, he did. He just beat me. Yeah.
I used to be really good at Tekken.
Tekken's hard, man. Tekken is if you're not good at like, I'm used to holding back for blocking, right? But Tekken, you have to be neutral.
Yeah.
So if you move, you don't get the block. So you have to be neutral. So you gotta let the fucking sticks go.
But you gotta hold down if you want to block your legs. Though.
Yeah. Is that? Yeah. It's like,
He don't know nothing.
Yeah.
Because I don't game. I play Call of Duty a little bit.
Hey,
I
that's
played
okay.
Halo growing up.
That's
Yeah.
Halo's legit.
I'll call him at like midnight. He'll be like, yo, I can't talk. I'm like, what are you doing? I think he has a girl or something. He's like, I'm playing.
Yeah.
1 in the morning, I thought you had like a girl or something.
Yeah.
I'm like,
That's when you got a true gamer. It's like, what you doing? We got girls. It's game time.
Yeah, she's waiting in the bed next to you.
Yeah.
But I would use your character in Street Fighter, especially after that move you did in what did you do? You slammed the guy and you went straight to the armbar?
And that was against Ray Borg, the Mighty Whiz Bar. Beautiful submission, pulled off. I learned it from Matt Hume, and yeah, it was probably one of my favorite submissions I've ever done. Just because I've trained it so many times in the gym. Never, when I was in the pro leagues, social media isn't what it is today, right? You see everybody, this is what I'm working on, and they want me to do it. For me, I was always focused on just being in the lab, working, honing my skill, and then that time in that fight, the opportunity presented itself, and I just threw all the way up, got that submission, and it was
That was beautiful.
what is it? It's like a suplex to an armbar?
suplex and armbar. Like in wrestling, if somebody does a sit out, you suck them back. You suck them back when you hit them.
Hey yo,
What? Suck them back and pin them?
you suck the dude back then. You can't.
No. Wow. Lord.
What's going on
This
there,
man
man?
watches too much sex fight. I'm talking about you so
DJ, funny as hell.
Yo, he is so analytical with your technique. He broke you down real quick.
So it's suck back from wrestling, and then usually when people lose their balance, they go like this. They want to catch their balance, and it was an opportunity for me to basically display that technique. And it's something that Matt Hume taught me, and he did it to me. That's how I learned it. Like we were grappling, and one day he just threw my little ass up and caught my armbar and submitted me. I was like, "What the hell did you just do?" And he goes, "Well, you're so good now. I can't just do a normal armbar against you. I have to think outside of the box." And luckily, like my mind, I'm like a sponge, and I have a high IQ when I fight. He was like, "I can teach you this because you're athletic enough and you know how to implement this move in a fight."
Bro, I noticed how smart you are in fighting, what type of mind you got in that one fight when you knocked dude out with that flying knee. Because I think the fight before it was a rematch, right?
It was a rematch.
Yeah, he hit you with a knee, right?
Yep.
And I knew it right there. I saw you wanted to get him back the same way. The same way. Like most people just want to win. They just like, I want to beat this guy, but you like, no, I'm gonna knock you out the same way with worse.
Yeah. I think when that knee happened, obviously different rules in one championship. Right? You can knee a grounded opponent. Something I wasn't very familiar with because how do you train that in the gym? Like, okay, Rampage, I'm gonna rock you, and when you fall down, I'll be throwing knees in your face. So when I got rocked in that first fight against him, I was trying to get up. I did an underhook, horrible technique. Underhook, he timed it perfectly, landed that knee. Then after that fight, I went on Bot Latte, and then I was ready to fight him again, and my mindset was just in a whole different level. That when I moved, I hit him with that right hand, and he was backwards. I was like, oh, I know what this is. And I threw him. Like, if you go back and watch it, if you watch it with slow motion, you see my face like, oh yeah, here it comes. And I just threw everything I had that knee, and then just the walk off was just like, I just knew it was game over. And as I spent so many years training with Matt, and now I do more studying fighting, it's like you don't have to hit as hard as you don't have to try to hit as hard as you every punch, right? You get yourself in a position where you can, when I'm there, then I'm like, okay, now I'm gonna drop everything into that punch. So that fight, when I moved and I hit him and he finally opened up and I caught him with right hand, it was probably a good amount of energy, but once I knew he was off balance, I was like, okay, I'm throwing everything I have. Like if I would have need him,
Hickey boo.
if I need him, and he would have got back up, it's like, I'm not done. I'm like, okay, let me take 5 good breaths, and I'm gonna be ready to go again. So I knew when that knee landed, it was everything I had. I knew he was out.
Man, it takes a lot of experience and maturity to know in an MMA fight that every punch don't have to be powerful. Boxers, they know that, but for MMA fighters,
Oh yeah,
every punch we're trying to end the fight.
Yep, absolutely. And I think it just comes with the territory because you look at the infancy stages of mixed martial arts. For me, when I got exposed to it, it was watching heavyweights, like watching you and Vanderlei go at it in Pride, Prokop, Vitor Emelianenko, even Kimbo Slice back in the streets, Jorge Masvidal, where they're throwing hands, and there's so much mixed martial arts that's going on with the wrestling, jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, Muay Thai. So I just think, it's just ingrained in us. Every shot has to be powerful.
Muay Thai. Speaking of that, you fought this Muay Thai guy, right? You fought a Muay Thai guy.
Yeah.
That's his name.
Raw
Thing. You fought a dude named Raw Thing.
Not raw.
Yeah, I'm just running some news. Of course, watching the Jaxxon podcast. We got some news on Dana White. Dana White has a big announcement coming for Canelo Crawford coming up. It's going to be on Instagram. I'm going to post this now and get the news out. And that's what we're doing. We're live streaming, showing you what we do throughout the day. We watch fights. We watch the podcast. We make news. Have a snack. We work.
Championship is an Asian-based promotion where they celebrate not mixed martial arts, but martial arts in general. So they have multiple divisions. They have mixed martial arts. They have a kickboxing division. They have a Muay Thai division, and they also have a submission wrestling division as well. And so every once in a blue moon, you have 2 big stars, myself and another one in Muay Thai, Rodtang, and they're like, hey, it was a 1X 10-year anniversary for those guys. They wanted to put on a special fight, so they came to me and offered me, like, hey, you want to fight Rodtang in Muay Thai? You want to fight the Muay Thai belt? And I was like, to be honest with you guys, I'm grateful, I'm honest, I'm grateful, I appreciate it, but I don't care about being a Muay Thai champion. Like, I have no interest being a world champion in Muay Thai. Give that to somebody else who wants it. And I was like, but I'll fight Rodtang in Muay Thai, which do, big gloves. Do 3 threes. It's fine. That's not even 2 rounds in mixed martial arts. They're like, we'll come back to you. I was like, whatever. They called me back and I'm like, how about this? How about we do a mixed rules fight?
There you go. And there's your news article on Twitter. We're going to put it on Instagram and Facebook next. So we gather our news, we post our news, we make our pictures, we edit our videos, we do it all.
That's amateur for MMA.
Yeah, we do it all.
Like first round is Muay Thai. And I was like,
MMA, yeah.
You want to do it? I was like, yeah, fuck it, let's do it. And then everybody was like, why did you do mixed martial arts in the first round? And I was like, guys, if I can't make it through the first round in Muay Thai against Rodtang, then it is what it is. Like, I get knocked out, but at least I tried, right? I was like, I'm gonna go out there and try and see what happens. And it was probably, and the only reason I took that fight is because he's one of the biggest stars under that promotion. And I was like, it's gonna do amazing numbers. I'm gonna go out there and fight. So I know my brand's gonna come out. I'm gonna go out there and produce. I know he's gonna bring it. So I'm like, let's run it. And it was great.
Yeah, I couldn't find the fight, but I saw clips. How did you do it in the first round? How did you do?
I thought I did all right.
Checked a lot of kicks, kind of went toe to toe. You definitely.
I got rocked a couple times. I know that.
From the fight he fought, he stayed with him. I mean, the dude has like 200 plus professional Muay Thai fights. By the time he was like
I heard he
30.
was a badass. How did you watch one over here?
So you can watch One Championship on Amazon Prime. They have big fights on Amazon Prime, and that's 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Obviously, check your local listing, wherever your time zone is. And then if it's not a Prime fight, then you can watch it on their YouTube or the One Chip Ship app. They have Friday night fights every Friday in Lumpini Stadium in Thailand.
I'm gonna get that app.
It's amazing fights. The Rotolos are on it. Marcus Buchecha's on it.
Oh, Buchecha's
yeah,
yeah.
Some of the baddest fighters on the planet are on one now. They put together an amazing show. And one thing about one too that I want to add is they have some of the best viewing numbers on social media worldwide.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
And NBA, NFL, UFC, because of the way that they kind of been able to get the country and the continent behind them of Asia. I mean, they really produce an amazing show.
Yeah, and then the biggest thing is, like, you know, I was saying they have the multiple divisions of combats, right? Of martial arts. So you have, like you said, Buchecha, the Rotolo brothers, and Mikey Misimichi. They're all under that submission grappling, where you have the submission grapplers, enthusiasts who love to watch those guys compete. They watch it there. And then you also have the Muay Thai guys. So you have everybody in Thailand watching Rate. Then you have everybody watching Rotolo brothers. You have everybody watching me. So you have so many different eyeballs where you look at the UFC, PFL, now that's Bellator. They want to offer one product of martial arts, which is mixed martial arts, which is it's huge in the States. But if you want to look at something different, you watch One Championship.
Hey, so you the first fighter to get traded, right?
Yep.
The first fighter to get traded, and that was your plan the whole time to go there. Because Matt, your boy, keep it real. Your boy, is he owner or part owner or something?
No, he's VP of, I think he's VP at the time of what's it called, operations. And so, and at the time, so when I was going into that final fight with Henry Cejudo, at the time where the UFC was at with the flyweight division, I've already defeated everybody. I just did my 11 consecutive title defenses, and I was going to fight Henry Cejudo. So it's another rematch. So I had a rematch with John Dodson, a rematch with Joseph Benavidez. Now I was coming on the rematch with Henry Cejudo. So I've already gone through the whole division, and now I'm about to fight Henry Cejudo for the second time. And at that time, you know, as you fought for the champ, I don't know what your pay was back when you fought, but they would never let flyweight at my time make $500,000. Like, that was like the standard pay for mixed martial artists for the champion. If you became a champion, it was like you got that five bills plus pay-per-view points. So for me, they would never give that to me. And when I lost to Henry Cejudo, at the time, Naki was my management. And they still are my managers. We still work together. We were talking, and we're like, he was like, what do you want to do, bro? And I was like, you know what? I want to test. I want to see if they'll let me go. Because at the time, they were talking about getting rid of that division. I'm like, oh, I'm going to scrap it. It'll make no money, da-da-da-da. So I was all right, well, let me see if I can get out of my contract. And then they were able to make it happen, and they traded me for Ben Askren. And I think it was the best decision that I ever did in my mixed martial arts career.
Yeah. I mean, Ben Askren at the time wasn't even in his prime anymore. And when he was in his prime, he was destroying people, just ragdolling, throwing them around the floor. So I think they wanted to see if he could do that to UFC stars. I mean, there's even a viral clip that Joe Rogan was the one that got you traded. Is that true?
See, I talked to Joe Rogan, and Joe Rogan says, I had nothing to do with it. So you never know, like, what
did you think he had to do? You think Joe Rogan told the UFC to trade you?
So when I heard that from that Joe Rogan convinced Dana White to do it, was, you know, Joe Rogan was like, dude, just why not just get Ben Askren to see what's going to happen, right? Like, if you plan on getting rid of the division, I do it. Even though Joe Rogan's one of my biggest fans and he believes in my skill set, I think at a time that, you know, it was Dana White, and and sometimes when I go back and I look at videos of Dana White promoting me, I felt like he did a good job, right? He was like, this guy's amazing, da-da-da-da. And there's some videos of him shitting on me as well. I think he shit on, I think Dana White he shit on everybody, right? But at the same time, I just wasn't selling in the States. Right? I just think the flyweight division just wasn't as popular as it is today. But you look at why is it popular today? You have social media, Instagram, you know, all that stuff just blows up. It goes viral. Could you imagine in 2023, I throw a motherfucker up in armbar right now? I mean, when I blasted Adrian the second time with a knee, I just stock went through the roof. When I did the Rod thing, stock went through the roof. So my brand has never been, my skill set when I fight has never been like, oh, this guy's garbage. I've always shown up and fought. I just think at the time when I fought, it just wasn't ready for the viewership. I don't know. So,
I mean, at the time, though, I think a lot of people were saying that, you know, the UFC wanted you to move up to fight TJ. They were going to scrap the division. TJ is one of the best ever at 135. You were at
been pretty open and candid about this, but you know, Sean Shelby, he called me. He says, "Hey, wants you to fight Teodosha?" And I was like, "Okay, pay $1 million. Like, we'll make it happen. Yeah, we'll make it happen." And I even told Dana White that too before I was about to fight Kyoto Horiguchi at the press conference. They used to do this when they first started doing those big press conference. And I said, "Man, just give me $1 million." He goes, "I can't give you what you don't bring in." I was like, "Okay, fair enough. Okay, I understand that." And then fast forward, I beat Kyoto Horiguchi. These keep going on. Me and Sean Shelby were talking. He says, "You should fight at Teodosha." I was like, "Yeah, pay me $1 million." They're like, "No, we can't make that happen." And then Matt said, "Okay, well, we'll fight TJ, but here's a stipulation we want. If TJ doesn't make weight, which we knew he could not make 125 healthy, right? If he doesn't make 125, we fight for his belt. The fight goes on, but we fight for his belt." They're like, "Oh, no, we can't do that." And I'm like, "Then I have no leverage here. Right. Like, what's in it for me? Like, same pay, no more money. What's in it for me?" And they're like, "Well, you know, we're just gonna close it." I'm like, "Close the motherfucking division. Close it then. Like, go out there and tell the world, like, hey guys, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna close the division because Demetrius Johnson's not gonna fight Teodosha." And then the fans were like, "Well, why won't you fight him, Demetrius?" I'm like, "Well, one, I said if TJ doesn't make 125 healthy, we get to fight for his belt, and they won't pay me $1 million." Then they'll look at Dana White like, "Why don't you pay me $1 million, Dana White?" "Well, he don't bring the money in." "Okay, well, looks like you guys have a disagreement." "Okay, move on."
So you're doing a lot more successful. You're doing a lot more successful at one.
Oh, 1,000%. Not by just them. Like when we talk about the fights, right? When they called me for the Rotang super fight, it was straightforward. There was no negotiating. There was no, well, let me get the MMA fight first. It was just like, what do you guys want? They're like, you want to do Muay Thai first, MMA second, etc., etc. When we got there, they're like, hey, if nobody finishes, that's why I love it. They said, hey, if nobody finishes anybody, it's a draw. And I was like, well, better go out there and finish them, right? Finish the second round. But it's just more straightforward. Like, we've had conversations on different fights, and I was like, doesn't interest me. I'm just not interested. I'm like, okay, no worries, thank you. That's it. It's not like, oh, DJ's scared, da da da. I was like, I'm not scared. I'm like, the most dangerous person on the whole entire roster, I just fought him in his round for 3 minutes, and then we won my round, and then he didn't make it out of there. But if he would have made it out, we would have gone again. So yes, I'm more successful over there by just me being competitive and beating their athletes, and by just being straightforward and honest.
Do you have another fight coming up?
Nothing right now. No. I just been focused on my jiu-jitsu and the gi. That's like my new passion right now.
Speaking of jiu-jitsu, at like 37, you do a brown belt in the gi.
Mm-hmm.
What forced you to want to go do this? You go do a real tournament as a UFC superstar, one superstar, mixed martial arts legend, considered the GOAT. Decide to put on a gi and go fight brown belts who have been training jiu-jitsu their whole life. Like, why?
So for me, I think there comes a point in time in an athlete's career where you want to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Right? And like spending so many years, and you know, you can attest to this as well, spending so many years getting ready for the next fight, you know, next press conference, next this. I took a step back and I was like, man, what do I want to do? I was like, what gets me hard in the morning? I was like, doing a jiu-jitsu competition. And so I was like, I'm going to go do it. Like, I didn't tell anybody. Like, my professor knew. Nobody knew. I like to work in silent. And I just kept on training. And then once, like, it kind of came close, I signed up for it. Then, of course, it gets out there. It was, oh, Demetrius Johnson's doing an IBJJF. You want to come get a piece of the champ? Sign up. And so it blew up. But it's something that I wanted to do, right? Like, being 37, I fought the best of the best in North America. I fought the best of the best in Asia. Now it's like, what does Demetrius want to do? And that's why I did that tournament.
And you're not doing it for money. There's
no money in it. There's no money in it.
He's literally doing it because he wants to be the best athlete in the world. Don't get me wrong.
Like, money is amazing. It's absolutely, I mean, that's what gets us up every day.
Ngannou versus Wilder.
My brain as big as I can. But
that's what we got going on.
I've been very successful and fortunate to make good money.
Ngannou, Deontay.
So now I take a step back and I want to, like, hey, what do you want to do? Like, what is it you want to do? And what's jiu-jitsu? And so,
that's good. That's good. He got passion. He said, you know,
it's passion.
It's passion. He got passion.
Yeah.
He said, what gets him hard in the morning is jiu-jitsu. I don't love money, but money gets me hard.
I mean, that does too, and so does my wife. But, you know, also my passion right now is just Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It just is. Like, when I watch it, the stuff you can do in the gi, and I just learned this new lapel choke, and I hit it 3 times in the gym. I was like, oh, here we go. And the size difference, the guy's way bigger than me, so it's like, it's just what I am passionate about right now. I love the gi. Wow. I love it. I love watching gi grapple way more than no gi. And oh yeah, like right now, like my 2 passions I love to watch is gi grappling and mixed martial arts. Like I love Muay Thai, but they take so much shots. They take way too many concussions. It hurts. Yeah, and it's like, you have 250 fights. What are you doing?
Can you imagine those guys, they do like 3 fights in one night? Some of those
I
guys?
couldn't. But see, it's the culture. It's the culture, right? And for me, like I'm in a different stage of my life where I'm 37, I got 3 kids, and I put my kids in that position. I'm like, if my kids are doing Muay Thai, I'm like, what the like? And this is where it stems from. Nobody knows this, but when I fought Ian McCall the first time in Australia, it was a banger. I was like, oh, here we go, 125. Find a motherfucker who's 5'3", 2. It's about to go down, and I just went ham. Like we just went slanging and banging. Right? I get back to the hotel room. Matt goes, this is my coach, Leishan. Matt Hume goes, that was the stupidest fucking thing I ever saw in my life. I was like, what you talking about? I was out there throwing hands. He goes, yeah. And look how many fucking times you got hit. And I had vertigo that night. The room was spinning. My head was hurting. And Matt goes, you have to understand. He goes, you have the skill set to move and not take any damage. When have we ever shown that getting your ass beat and letting somebody beat you up is cool? I don't teach that at the gym. So once he told me that, when I see people get beat up, I'm like, concussions, CTE, oh my God. And so now, and then after that fight, my whole style changed. Where I'm like, I'm always moving, not trying to get hit. So now when I watch guys who do Muay Thai, I'm like, all them concussions. And for me, I've been part of a brain study for 12 years. And I just have my update in my brain. And the guy was like, for 18 years, your brain looking sharp.
Yeah, I can tell this by the way he speaks.
Yeah. And it's true that Ian McCall fight is actually interesting because I watched that with a bunch of my guys from Orange County. He's from Dana Point, and he trains with a lot of my friends down here. And I remember watching that and being like, how is Ian putting hands on this guy who's the great, the GOAT, the man who's just destroying and mollywopping everyone? I was really confused too because Ian's an amazing fighter.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
For you to sit there and bang with him, I was like, is this a new strategy or is he
I told myself, I was like, I'm finally at a weight class because I grew up watching everybody bang. Rampage, like, it was funny. So when I first started training as an amateur, it was me and my training partner Drew Brokenshire. Drew Brokenshire had your style. You lock in that motherfucking shell, come on the left hook and catch people, right?
I loved it.
We were watching when you fought Shogun. Who you just fought everybody, Renato Silva. And my coach was like, hey, you guys need that Rampage style. Y'all need that, bite down that mouthpiece, get in that shell, do this, and throw them fucking hooks out of there. And then he was like, then you also need Demetrius style where you negate everybody, you run. So when I fought Ian McCall the first time, I was like, all right, it's Rampage style. We're going to start banging. Didn't work out so well for me.
You won that one though, right?
Huh?
Did you win?
No, the first one went to a draw. And then the second one, I came back, and then I just I won that one easily.
That's definitely a Rampage style. Rampage is out there.
Oh, he's out there slaying. Yeah. And you got that power too, baby.
I'm a brawler. I always like that. I always like brawling. I like being right there in the dogfight. I don't know why. People always making fun of me because when I hit pads, you see me close up on my coach. I like being inside.
Yeah. That's what you're one of your best gifts in mixed martial arts, right? Like you had the power to end a motherfucker, and then you also had good eyes. Right? Because when you're in there, you have to see, right? Like when it's funny when I work out at the gym and they show your knockout of Demetrius Silva literally almost every single day. When you get in there, you hit with that left hook and you hit him 3 more times, you have to have good eyes, right? And those are the things that separated you from the other athletes at that time, right?
Yeah, I think most fighters, they probably close their eyes when they get punched.
Yeah.
But that cover and roll, you naturally close your eyes.
Yeah, it's a natural. Yeah. It's a natural.
But that cover and roll, I've been doing it so much. I like to see. I want to keep my eyes open.
Yeah. So that's why I think it's good. Like when that's one of the things that you had, and that's one of the things we try to implement when I was coming up as an amateur. Is like you get in the pocket and you're seeing it. You're throwing hands. You're throwing good combinations, and you're also knocking people out. When other people try to do it, they can't do that because they don't have the power, and they also don't have the eyesight that you do.
In terms of the cover and roll, what kind of technique, what kind of style do you need when you go against one of these opponents that you've been calling out, like Bradley Martin?
So the biggest thing, the biggest
Like
thing with
6'4", 6'5", like
what?
300 pounds.
I didn't call him out. He called me out, and this is Brendan's shop. So do you know who Bradley Martin is?
I heard that name.
He's the big fitness.
Oh, yeah. I know
So,
what you're talking about,
I mean, I'm a nice guy, and then we're talking, me and Brendan Shop, and he was saying, I'm 260 though. That's his whole gimmick. I'm 260 though. And so, and he's also athletic. And I actually grappled a gentleman over in my last seminar. He's like 230, so I got 30 more pounds to get. But the type of style you would need for him is like, one, he's way bigger, so you got to calculate that into the equation. But the biggest thing that I have going for me over a guy who's 260, won't just say Bradley Martin, is just my skill set, right? Granted, like if he runs and fucking tackles me, then it's like, okay, I can blow my rib out. But my jiu-jitsu is what's going to separate me from getting to his legs or tearing his heel hook or whatever it may be. But I'll always believe in my skill set over somebody who's 300 pounds. Just because you're bigger than me doesn't mean you're necessarily going to beat me. And then his thing all stems from a street fight. Like, I'm like, hey, what's a street fight? Let's be honest. What is a street fight? I was like, because I have a friend who carries 2 fucking daggers on his belt line, and he gets in a street fight. He goes, I wish a motherfucker would, because he got jumped. Right. He got jumped by 3 people. So now he carries 2 daggers on his belt. We went out to have lunch, and it's the first time I meet him, and he sat down. He goes, I was like, oh, where you got 2 fucking daggers on your belt line? He goes, oh, I got jumped. And I was like, okay. And he goes, yeah, I got jumped. And now, if I get jumped again, I'm gonna stab somebody. Or you try to jump my brother-in-law in fucking public, you're gonna get shot. So let's clarify, what is a street fight? Then once we go that route, then we can, you know,
You're pulling on a gun.
you're pulling on a gun.
Yeah, I get it,
But
yeah.
in Washington State, there's the mutual combat law. I don't know if you guys have heard of this.
Tell me.
So the mutual combat law is that, let's say me, you're walking down the street, or let's say we're just having a disagreement. I say, you want to fight? And you say, yes. We can fight, and none of us will get arrested. But once you fall and hit the ground, the fight's over. So we have
a law.
There's a law. It's a
I
mutual.
think they got that in Texas as well.
Yeah.
I've heard about that.
Yeah, it's a mutual combat law. So there's a gentleman. He's a superhero. His name is Phoenix Jones. He's a superhero in Seattle. So he was walking, and this guy goes, "I'll kick your fucking ass, man. I'll kick your ass." He goes, "You want to fight?" And he goes, "I'll kick your fucking ass." He goes, "We have a mutual combat law. Would you like to engage in mutual combat with me?" He goes, "Let's fucking do it, man." He goes, "Okay." Took his shit off, moved, and he did MMA. The guy didn't know that. He did MMA. He went, kicked him in the leg. Then he goes, bop, bop, drops him. The guy gets knocked out, and then he goes, "I'm done." Walked away. Cop was sitting right there too. Walked away. That was it. So
the cops have to know the law. A lot of cops don't know the laws.
yeah, but yeah, there's a mutual combat law, and it was on. It was hilarious. I was at
California got that damn law?
I wish they did.
We need to look that up.
People don't use the law. No, we got the law. If you put a little finger on someone, you go to jail for life.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's
California
a
got the most
mutual.
strict
I mean,
law
it
on
can't
life.
be 2 versus 1, 3 versus 1. It has to be 1 versus 1. You both have to mutually agree. Like, you want to fight? And like, yeah, let's fucking fight. But once somebody hits the ground, it's over.
I
You
think
can't.
that's the way it should be.
Yeah.
I agree.
You should be able to smack someone or punch someone if they're talking loud to you in the street. But
Well,
I mean, I don't want to go that far. You just walk away. You just be the bigger man. Like, hey,
well, then people wouldn't talk so loud.
you just
You
walk.
said this to Bobby Green. You told Bobby Green.
What I said to Bobby Green? What I said to Bobby Green?
Who said, yeah, let's get it on?
No. Bobby Green was talking about bitch, like we were saying.
Yeah.
Somebody call. No. Somebody call you a nigga.
No,
That's what it was. If somebody called me a nigga, I won't fight them because they try to call me a nigga. I'll let them off. So, but then he got there and he said, "But what if somebody call you a bitch?" I'm like, "Oh damn, we fighting."
See.
That's different though.
For me, it's like, it's just not worth it. They're just words, right? Like, me and my wife were walking around, some guy's walking by, he goes, "Nice tits." And my wife goes, "You what he said?" I said, "Yeah, he said you got nice tits."
I agree with him.
Like, yeah, I agree with you. You got nice tits. Well, no, I'm gonna go kick his fucking ass. I mean, I can go do that, but then what else is gonna follow me whooping his ass, right? If somebody says, "Oh, you black motherfucking bitch," just disrespect, I'm like, if I go out and fight him, what am I proving?
Yeah.
Because guess what? There's other 20 motherfuckers out there who can't wait to call me that, right? And
I agree with him.
No, I agree.
so for me, it's like I saw something the other day. Anybody who's doing good in life, anybody, they are never out there hating on somebody. The people out there who are hating on somebody, they're not happy with themselves. They're not happy with their life,
100%.
right? So if I know somebody's out there hating on me, and I get affected by what they say about me, then what does that say about my mental capacity, what I've got going on in my life? We know because tell you what, I'm successful. I want everybody to eat good, right? I have never been at home like, fuck that motherfucker. Fuck that. You don't like Seth Rollins. Fuck Seth Rollins, right?
Except for when you withheld the Xbox sponsor.
I'm out there fighting. Did I get a check from Xbox? No, you ain't get no check. No fucking Xbox. But hey, so for me, when I see people fight over like, oh, like it's just not worth it.
See, what the problem is, Bear just started doing boxing, right? So he's getting good. His hands getting good. He's waiting for somebody to mouth off.
No, I mean, I do feel like I want to fight someone, but only at nighttime when I got Rampage and coach and you're telling me you're looking good. Then I'm like, all right, let's go in the street. Let's go get someone.
Why in the street?
I was like, let's go get someone. Let's go Rampage the other night. Let's go to a bar. Let's go get someone. He's like, what's wrong with you? I'm just kidding.
We just get somebody in the ring and just let you spar.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Luke Rockhold came to spar me yesterday.
I saw that, yeah.
And I was like, yo, Luke, I just started. And he hit me, and I go, oh, man, boxing hurts.
Yeah.
And then I got hit again. I'm like, yo, chill. Let me get ready. Let me get set.
Yeah.
And within 6 seconds, I got hit like 10 more times.
Yeah.
And I got to chill for the rest of the day. My head was spinning. He's so good.
Yeah.
I couldn't get
Yeah, you need somebody on his level.
Yeah,
Somebody
you need
just
somebody
started.
on my level.
No. You need somebody that started.
As an MMA fighter, I'm a boxer.
No, that's totally fucking different. That is a world-class athlete that you're trying to spar right there. I think you get yourself in a controlled environment where you spar somebody who's out there, and you take classes and like, hey, let's just play a little bit, and then just get that feeling going back and forth.
It is fun training. I will say this, for all jokes aside, ever since we started doing the podcast, because I've been friends with Rampage for 10 years, and half of these guys in the MMA combat sports world, from getting my blue belt with BJ Penn and Pat Tenori and Shesha and all those guys, Alan Goes and Ruka, to training with this guy and his coach. I love combat sports. And I will say that mentally, I've never been more sharp. I've never been more focused. I've never been in the best shape of my life. Like, combat sports does something to you when you train that sweat is different from cardio. That sweat is different from weights. Like, you feel mentally aligned. I think it's anybody who's going through something in their life should go to a boxing gym or a jiu-jitsu studio or some sort of MMA class.
All right, you got some new pound for pound rankings. Khamzat moved up 10 spots to number 4. He's still got number 1, 2, 3. Ilya, Islam, Merab.
So one of the things I love about what One Championship does is that you cannot cut weight. You can cut weight, but you have to weigh in hydrated. So when I fought in the UFC, when I was making 125, I was dehydrated and pissing hot yellow Mountain Dew, right? So I was dehydrated. But in One Championship, I could have gone to 125 and tried to make that, but I can't make 125 hydrated. So that's why I went up to 135 and fought there. Basically, 135 is their 125 division, but everybody's hydrated.
What you mean hydrated? How do they know if you're hydrated?
So what they do is they test the gravity in the gravity in your urine. So I know people.
Science?
No, I'm not. So it's a refractometer, I believe it's called. I could be wrong.
They stick something up your pee hole?
No, God, no, because I wouldn't be doing that. So basically, how they do it is,
I don't like that feeling.
yeah.
Oh, hell no.
So
I've had it done once.
Why?
In the UK, when I was I had to take a test for fighting. When I think I was fighting in the UFC. I had to take a test, and it was a blood test and stuff like. But for some reason, they wanted to do like an STD test. Like Dana White thought I was like nasty or something.
They hear all your things. Like, oh, that man's got his big.
I'm sorry, you asked. You asked a crazy story. You asked. They stuck the long Q. I'm telling everybody, they stuck the long Q-tip down my pee hole.
Did you show up with that they had to test you for STDs?
I don't know, man. I passed.
Continue.
All right, my bad.
So no. So how they do it, just for layman's term, is that when you go there and you're about to fight, pre-COVID, they would make you weigh in 2 times because they wanted the athletes to fight closer to their natural weight. Because you see it all the time. It's like, I'm using my good buddy Aljamain Sterling. He walks around like 170, 175. He cuts to 135. He's a big bantamweight, but he couldn't do that and be hydrated. He has to basically, be dehydrated to do it. It's not very healthy. So what One Championship does is that you show up, they check your weight like everybody else does, and then let's say you fight Saturday, you would weigh in Thursday, test your hydration, weigh in Friday, test your hydration and weight on both days. Then you fight Saturday. So there's no way if I'm 135 for Thursday, 135 for Friday, by the time you fight Saturday, you're not gonna be able to put all back that weight on, especially if you're hydrated, right? It's when you're dehydrated, you drink all the Pedialyte, you eat all the food, you blow all the way back up. But if your body's hydrated, it's not suffering, it's not losing its minerals and vitamins, you're gonna be fighting more at your natural weight. So it's healthier for the athletes. But then you do see the athletes where there's, guys do their, they're like, oh, I'm gonna train, hold my, my good urine, my hydrated urine in my bladder, piss it out, it's hydrated, and I go blow back up. So there's ways around a loophole. I mean, so
wake up, boys.
yeah. So for me, that's why now, like when I do jiu-jitsu, it's like I am never cut weight again. Like so, when I compete, it's 154, even though I weigh 148. They're like, "What'd you cut to 141?" I'm like, "I'm not on deck."
You're not done fighting though. You still.
No. I'm just the door's open, right? Like right now, I'm focused on the wife, the kids. Like there's no amount of money right now or no fight out there that interests me that's going to take me away from my kids. Because every single day, picking the kids up from school, I'm at their jiu-jitsu class. I'm helping them out, but in their classes, I can train jiu-jitsu at a high level and still be there to pick my kids up. I can't train mixed martial arts at a high level and be there to pick my kids up, right? And so I've done that for 18 years.
All right, we're out of here, guys. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
But I'm always leaving the door open to see that.
Yeah, we're going to go run some more news. I got to do some errands. We've been on for about 2.5 hours. We'll be back tomorrow. Just remember, check out Jaxxon Podcast YouTube, santostudios.com. Give us a subscribe, follow, and we'll be gone for some more news tomorrow. Have a good day, fight fans.